Magic! As always, we're your hosts. My name's Greg. This is Andrew. We are back after some minor technical audio difficulties, and we are here for our Friday afternoon Anything Goes stream. And today, what is going for our Anything Goes stream is yet another newcomer to the competitive Pioneer scene, which is this deck, aka Zoomer Drakes, aka SPF, aka Better Phoenix. And yeah, this deck's put up a lot of really impressive results recently, and so we're really excited to give it a spin, see how it goes. And Andrew, would you mind telling us a little bit about this deck, a little bit about how it got its weird names, and why we're playing it on System Magic?
Yes, so this is a deck invented by friend of the stream Levy and friend of the stream Izzet Phoenix, who both played it in a Pioneer Challenge originally, and both did very well with it. Following that, Izzet then top-aided the next week's challenge as well with the deck, and it won like a bunch of RCQs by people who had essentially never played it before, which I think is pretty impressive. So that's basically the story of the deck. Kind of why this exists or why you should play it as well. Okay, so let's go. We have to flash back. Flashback. Oh, it was a super originally. Yes, you're right. Sorry. Flashback, roughly a year ago, to RC Atlanta, where Phoenix was the most popular deck.
Yeah.
As people might recall, Phoenix, following that tournament, basically got wiped off the face of the planet. Pioneer. And basically what happened to Phoenix is it turns out that if Red-Black tries even a little bit, they beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
That's what happened to Phoenix. It's not like a complicated, nuanced story. It's basically Red-Black decided no more Phoenix, and Phoenix was no more.
Okay.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
So the central conceit of this deck is basically that if you swap, is that the card Arclight Phoenix actually makes you really vulnerable to a lot of graveyard hate from your opponents.
Sure.
And by not playing it, you put your opponents in a bind where graveyard hate only stops Treasure Cruise but isn't that effective against your overall strategy.
Okay.
And that Crackling Drake and Fable are both just really good cards to have against Red-Black generally.
That's true.
So the central conceit of this deck is that if you cut Arclight Phoenix from Phoenix, you can improve your Red-Black matchup substantially. And I think kind of the question about this deck is, okay, well, if you do this, if you make this deal to improve the Black matchup, which I think is legitimate.
Yeah.
I definitely think this deck has a better Black matchup. The question is, have you lost kind of the sauce that made Phoenix good to start with, or have you legitimately improved on the formula by improving the Black matchup at little cost?
Yeah.
And I'm not too sure of the answer to that.
Yeah.
But that's the central conceit of this deck. Once you caught Arclight Phoenix from your Phoenix deck, you get to do some other cool things. For example, Spell Pierce is a card that I think was always very impressive in Phoenix, but they could only play like one or two because they needed to be able to consistently play 3 spells on their turn to enable Arclight.
Right.
Now that this is just kind of a blue-red good cards deck, they have the luxury of playing 4, and I think Spell Pierce is very well positioned. Thank you, Sarah, yeah.
And hey, CE009, welcome to the stream, and thank you so much for the follow! Also, yeah, shout out to Andrew's bold shirt. I feel underdressed, but
He got me the shirt recently, so I decided to wear it for the stream.
Yeah, it's nice.
This is a new shirt for the record. Anyway, that's not the point. So then most of the cards in the deck are pretty self-explanatory. Fable's one of the strongest cards of Pioneer. Treasure Cruise is obviously an incredible card. Crackling Drake kills your opponent in like one hit with massive power. Bunch of cantrips. The Spell Pierce I just mentioned are just very well positioned right now. It's hard to match what they aren't good in. The switch kind of from mono white aggro to convoke just really raised Spell Pierce's stocks too.
Yeah.
Because now even the aggro matchup with this card is good. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think all that stuff is pretty sweet. The most interesting slots in this deck, I think, are these 4 slots, and the slots that I think have been most in kind of flux in the various builds.
Okay.
And these 4 slots are all kind of big red removal spells.
Yeah.
Whose I think main purpose is to kill Shieldred, but as a side purpose can kill like Cavaliers to swing for Lethal Drake, kill Pelucranos to swing for Lethal Drake, finish off a Karn.
Okay.
So like they have a couple of different purposes, but I would say that the biggest one is to do that. So that's kind of the basic theme of the main deck. I think it's pretty straightforward, honestly, because like so many of the cards are just like, if you play a blue-red deck, you play these cards in Pioneer, right?
Yeah.
Like no one was touching, the ops. I'm like struggling to grab them now.
Yeah.
The ops, the considers, legislators,
the fiery impulses,
the fables. Like basically, this core is in every blue-red deck, and obviously, So kind of like in some sense, these are the slots that they're actually interesting.
Sure.
just because no one was ever touching any of this,
Any
really.
of that's all there, yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, but that's basically this deck is. So, like, I don't really know if this is the right mix. I found this card to be a little awkward. I played this deck a little bit.
Okay.
I do think it plays an important role, but I think it's possible, like, 3 is too many, and specifically, like, maybe Fires is too many.
Yeah, okay.
And I think that, like, I don't know, the one Fang Host has been pretty good for me. You definitely don't want a million, but having access to Fang Host seems pretty good. Just to, like, bounce Shieldred when you really need to, bounce a blocker, kill them.
Right.
Like, Craggy Drake usually kills in, like, 1 to 2 hits in this deck.
Okay.
It's very large.
Does anyone ever play the Fling DFC to combo with Crackling Drake?
People have done that in this archetype historically.
Okay.
Izzet and Levy did not do that, despite obviously knowing it was an option, because that's what the Drake decks looked like in the past.
Right.
So I'm going to trust their expertise on that.
That makes sense.
I don't know enough to give a complete argument as to why one should or shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But I will say that is a pretty bad Magic card.
Yeah.
So I suspect their opinion is just like, look, don't do this.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You can win without it. Yeah.
Yes. So as far as the sideboard goes, I'll just talk about it very briefly. Basically, one of Phoenix's worst matches in Pioneer has always been Lotus.
Yep.
So you gotta have some hardcore Lotus hate.
Yep.
I believe there's been some debate in the deck about Alpine Moon versus Damping Sphere, but personally, it seems to me that Alpine Moon is a lot better.
Yeah.
Mostly because you really don't want to fuck up your own stuff, and your deck often casts a lot of spells per turn.
Oh, sure, okay.
Especially against Blue-White Lotus Field, where the games go to turn a million.
Yeah.
If you have Damping Sphere, it actually owns you pretty hard. So, yeah. Basically, I'm an Alpine Moon believer. They have 3 Maze Mind Tomes, which is kind of interesting, because you could definitely play Reckoner Bankbuster in this deck.
Yep.
But their conceit is that mostly that, like, you don't really have the ability to crew it very well.
Yeah, that's true.
And so at that point, you might as well play this card. You might randomly scry.
Yeah.
You get a 4th draw some of the time.
Yeah,
and who knows, the 4 life might come up.
Right.
It's pretty reasonable, I think. And then, yeah, some counter spells.
A nice 2-2-2 mix.
Yeah. Some just assorted counter spells, various matchups. Some sweepers for aggressive decks. Nothing to see here. Braids in case you need to kill. Artifacts, obviously. Grease Fang, what have you. That's pretty much the sideboard. It's, I think, a pretty straightforward set of cards in the board. Nothing too spicy going on there. Nothing radical. I mean, this is kind of a deck full of good cards. Like, this deck is sort of blue-red good Magic cards.
Yeah.
And,
Which I feel like a lot of Pioneer decks are kind of turning into that these days. I mean, Red-Black is obviously that. The Grixis deck we played 2 days ago is kind of that. Blue-White Lotus Field is kind of that. I mean, obviously it has its kind of combo that it's trying to do, but... I mean, other than that, it's just a pile of good cards.
Well, yes. I mean, good cards are good.
Yeah.
I mean, not to put too fine a point on it, but I don't know. Like, you really just generally don't want to play too many bad cards to support your strategy these days in Pioneer. That's not really where you want to be. But yeah.
Yeah, do you have any thoughts on the matchup spread for this deck? I mean, we talked about black-red, but...
Okay, so historically, Phoenix decks have had a pretty solid green matchup.
Okay.
And I think it's sort of unclear whether solid means, like, close or whether it means, like, Phoenix favored.
Okay.
And it kind of depends, I think, on the precise details of the build, and I don't really know enough to have an incredibly strong opinion.
Mm-hmm. And hey, Steph R1, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream!
I think it's the sort of thing where if you ask Phoenix players about their green matchup, they usually say it's favorable, but I'm not sure that's actually true.
Right, okay.
So, like, that's what I would say about that. Yeah, I don't... to respond to the blue-white matchup claim, I don't really think that's true, Minx. Basically, I think a lot of Phoenix decks have some issues against blue-white in Game 1 because, well, they have a bunch of dead removal spells. But fundamentally, the strategy of Fable, Treasure Cruise, Ledger Shredder, and Spell Pierce is pretty good against blue-white, actually.
Yeah.
Like, none of these cards are bad individually. You can counter their Teferis and fight them in a long-game card advantage game. So, like, it's... I don't think it's actually bad. It's more like, as long as you don't get owned by drawing, like, 3 Fiery Impulses and a Strangle or whatever, I think you're totally fine. And post-board, all those cards will be gone from your deck, and then I think you're straight-up favored.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's my opinion on the blade matchup. In general, I think that, yeah, the toughest matchup in this deck is going to be combo decks. I don't think it's good against either variety of Lotus Fields. I think it's close against green. I think maybe even favored against red-black with this configuration. Maybe just close, but somewhere in that range. Most of your matches deck are going to be close. I mean, like, look. Well, Phoenix is... Okay, so Phoenix is not playable unless you ask Goldicott. But, yeah.
But I also think it's an open question of, like, is this deck actually better Phoenix?
Yes. Again, I'm pretty sure this deck successfully fixes the red-black matchup that Phoenix has.
Yeah.
I am not sure it improves anywhere else. And I am worried that it's traded the farm for the black matchup.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, though. I haven't tried it a lot. I played maybe 5 matches with this deck prior to the stream. I'm not claiming to be an expert.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned that people are tricking themselves.
Right. And as we've said a couple times when talking about Pioneer decks, like, look, Red-Black is the most popular deck, but it's like 18 to 25% the most popular deck, not like 50% the most popular deck. And so it's not, playing decks that just own Red-Black and struggle against the field is not really a good strategic choice these days. Not that we're saying that this deck is that. We don't think so, or at least are excited to learn more, but that's something to keep in your mind as you prepare for Pioneer tournaments. It's definitely good. You need to be prepared for Red-Black. You're going to see it, but it's not like you're going to play it every round.
Oh, sorry. A few other quick notes on the match spread.
Oh, yeah.
Most Grease decks historically have most Phoenix decks historically have beaten the crap out of Greasefang. I don't expect that to change here.
Okay.
Just millions of Fire Impulses is very hard for them to deal with.
Yeah.
They don't want you consistently killing Greasefang for 1 mana.
Yeah.
It's bad for them.
That makes sense.
Also, Rakdos Sack has historically been a close but favorable matchup for Phoenix.
Okay.
Which, again, I suspect will carry over, although that one I'm less sure of.
Okay.
Because part of that was the time walk thing was really hard for them to deal with. Like, Red-Black didn't like when Phoenix just, sat around, arranged this, double time walk into kill you turn.
Yeah, okay.
And this deck does not obviously have that capacity.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, Temporal Trespass is a pretty awkward and bad card.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure that it's going to be that bad. Also, obviously, if they don't kill Crackling Drake, it's incredible in the matchup.
Right.
But they're going to kill it most of the time.
Yeah,
they're
going to, Fatal Push it.
They have 4 pushes, yeah. The claim doesn't work, so there's that.
Sure,
but
okay, yeah.
They do have 4 pushes.
Yep.
So anyway, that's about all I have to say about the deck's matchups. I think they're likely pretty decent as a collective. I mean, you'll notice I just didn't say that many problematic ones.
Yeah.
The only matchup I think is likely bad is Lotus Field.
Sure.
But
can you, before we hop into games, can you give us a quick description of the name?
Oh god. Alright, so this deck, I'm calling it Zoomer Drakes because I don't want to be incredibly confusing, but the initial name of this deck is SPF. SPF stands for Spell Pierce Fable, which are obviously, 4 Fable, 4 Spell Pierce, they're not kidding around here. Then SPF also is sunscreen protection from the sun being Arclight Phoenix. Is part of the joke. And then also SPF sounds like SBF, who's the crypto,
Which, as far as I can tell, has no relation to the deck. You just said it multiple times. But
anyway, yeah, so, Mings, what you're saying is just, I think not very true. I don't say, you're not all the same counters. One of you has 4 1-mana counters, the other you has 4 3-mana counters.
Yeah.
One is 3 times less than 3.
That's true.
Also, Fable's just a great card against Blue-White generally, so is Treasure Cruise.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Riley, the answer to that question is that we're not actually very good at crewing. In fact, we're incredibly bad at crewing the Bankbuster, and so Maze Mind Tome lets you scry, it gives you another card, gains you life. Oh, awesome, Felber. Glad you watched the Lord of the Rings VOD. We had a lot of fun doing that. And thank you so much, Fubu3 and Have a Boa Vida, for the follow. Welcome to the stream, and thanks for following.
Yeah, basically, I'm pretty down for the general premise of if you can't crew Bankbuster, you should play Tome.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much just down to accept that. I think it's probably true.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's some complications, like maybe getting the pilot, the crew the 4/4 at the end is sometimes better than getting the 4 life and having an extra activation, but I think it's pretty reasonable.
Yeah. And look, we've all desperation scried off a Maze Mind Tome before.
Well, I think
it's not great, but it happens.
Yeah. I think it just comes up. Sometimes Mana's tight.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's about it. Should I fire it off?
I think it's time to fire it off.
Yeah.
Enough chatting. Let's play some games.
So, we're going to be playing some SPF. And I'm also just going to warn people in advance, I'm far from an SPF expert, so, I'm going to be trusting our raw technical play here, but definitely not a deck that I'm an expert in, and definitely a deck that I think has some finesse.
Yeah, it sounds like some other people had success with the deck just trusting raw technical play, so why not us? Is Maze Mind better than Treasure Map? Yes.
I think so. I think you want to draw cards and not draw cards.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know that's a really stupid argument, but I think it's true. This is definitely a keep. I was sorry, I was thinking about what we're going to do on turn 1.
Yeah.
Because this is a classic open deckless angle where, I don't know what we should do.
Oh, what's today's candle sponsor? Great question. We've got a really returning favorite to the stream, the Berry Mandarin candle from the Room Essentials collection in Target. In fact, this one's so low that I've been meaning to give it one last stream. I actually have a new one ready to go, but I felt like this little one deserved one more stream. So I think we'll let this one run, and then we'll say goodbye to this Berry Mandarin candle. But I think it might be my favorite of my candle collection. It's a beautiful red color, nice scent, notes of grapefruit and pomegranate. So huge shout out. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen, but maybe I'll leave this one going because it's a little light on like scent right now. Which one should I change it to?
Okay, I was thinking about the game, but it's fine. You do your thing.
Yeah, obviously I've decided to change it to the Pisces candle because it's right here. And we were at trivia last night, and there was a question about astrological signs, and the answer was Pisces, which is insane because we've been joking a lot about Pisces on stream. But yeah, this is Pisces, the intuitive fish with a ruling planet of Neptune. Water, mint, and Jupiter are the notes of this candle with a, from Target's astrology collection.
Well, we are playing against, notably,
the one matchup you said was bad?
Yeah. I mean, Lotus Field combos is one of the reasons... I mostly talking about red-black, but it is another factor pushing Phoenix out when it originally kind of fell off the face of the planet.
Yeah.
And I don't think this deck is that much better in the matchup.
Why do we have to finish our Pioneer League before... Wait, do you want to counter that?
Oh, shit. I probably did. I'm sorry. I have to stop thinking. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
That was not my intent.
Whoops.
Yeah, really, really strong natural technical play here.
Yeah. Well, okay, what I was going to ask, this is why Phoenix loses to Lotus.
Oh, yeah.
Did they not find Lotus?
No, they did. They
just did it.
Then they didn't play it. They're going to try to play it and copy in the same turn.
Oh, I see. Okay. The Pioneer Leagues close when Lord of the Rings release, Greg. Yeah, I know that, but why?
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Because notably, Lord of the Rings is not Pioneer legal.
Yeah, really, casting Spell Pierce is my main weakness. Let's kill this, I guess. And
I guess play that untapped. It doesn't matter, right? And we might Spell Pierce something.
Yeah, I mean, I'll Spell Pierce anything that moves, especially...
Because they do, yeah. Okay, Ari, that's a fair answer.
Well, the answer is when Moto goes down and comes back up, they have to close out the league.
Yeah.
Because, it's Moto. This is a program made in, the 90s. It doesn't really function in the way that you would expect a large-scale multi-million-dollar program to work.
Yeah, look, I have nothing nice to say about Moto, and you know what they say. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Wait till someone redeems a Channel War reward?
Yeah.
Is that the
too.
saying? Yeah, I think our opponent might have been playing around something by doing it this way. I'm not exactly sure what they were playing around, but it's fine.
Lotus is pretty much Pioneer Storm.
Is it pretty much Pioneer Storm? Yes.
Greg says something mean. Moto is the worst program I've ever used. It shouldn't have to restart its Pioneer Leagues when a modern set comes out. Boo, Moto.
I think I should bin this. Even though it's kind of good. We kind of need to get going here.
Yeah. Wow.
So now there's 5 cards in the bin, so we can Treasure Cruise and then Spell Pierce.
Wait, can we?
We haven't played a land yet.
But can't we then not...
Oh, no, 5 is 8. Yes, you're right, we can't. Damn.
I mean, I guess we have to.
No, we should pass.
Yeah. Okay.
They could easily have a hand such that they can cast Ultimatum or Pour tapping out, and then we'll counter and then we'll lose.
Have to have some water for that heat. Thanks, Cliff.
Moto saved my marriage. Azax, that's a nice quote. What I like about it is that it's untrue. Alright, well, I can't counter this. Man, I really wish I countered this Lotus Field. Or this Sylvan's Crying.
Yeah, it's fine.
Because now the problem is they put the Ultimatum on the stack, we won't be able to Spell Pierce it, and we'll be dead.
Yeah.
That's the main issue. I don't love this.
Maybe we should have kept the second Spell Pierce.
Yeah, now I'm pretty dead, though.
Yeah. Classic Pioneer letting you recover from your early stumbles, you know?
Well,
look.
I definitely should have counted the Spell Pierce, don't get me wrong. Now the Spell Pierce does nothing.
Yeah.
Well, the second spell pierce would have mattered in the sense that then I would have been able to... Oh, no, but I wouldn't have had the Otawara then.
Oh, I guess that's true.
Like, I could have... Yeah, there's no way I could... Yeah, there's no way I would be able to do that. That Granger Cat's right. Yeah, that's impossible.
Yeah.
I'm also just pretty sure it was correct to bin it. Regardless of how it worked out. I mean, look, I don't think this matchup is good. Okay, well, the players shuffle away Omniscience, but we're also... Well, wait. Can we pull any tricks on them? Maybe. They have to screw it up pretty bad, I think.
Okay.
Well, because if somehow they let their Dark Petition not make mana, then we'd be okay. But they have to put them on the stack in the wrong order.
Yeah. Their hand was very bad.
Well, this is a fine card.
Sure, I just meant that if they had not had Lotus Fields. Like, I was kind of hoping to see a hand of, like, Field scrying or something, and then we'd feel better. We'd be like, oh man, countering that scrying didn't matter.
Yeah. It mattered, turns out. That was a really poor play. Okay. I'm good.
Okay, I'm good too. Surely they can't win with 6 mana and 4 perfectly chosen cards. Surely not.
Alright. So I imagine that all the counterspells and the Alpine Moons come in. I imagine even the Mystical Disputes come in, even though they're a little hard to leverage. Mostly because we just have like a lot of stuff to board out. Like all of these go.
Yeah.
All of these go.
Yeah. All of the... Do the big kill spells go, or do we save them?
Well, they might have a few good targets for the big kill spells.
So maybe that makes some sense. Do we want the Maze Mind Tomes? They don't seem that good.
I mean, they seem okay. Let's see. So they're big. That's when they have them are like Dramoka is a common one.
Yeah, Zakama. Sphinx is the final word.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to board in Sphinx is the final word in this matchup. Is my guess. I am not sure we want these. Okay. I think maybe we actually want the Maze Mind Tomes.
I see.
Like just do this. Oh wait, that leaves in the Fading Hope. The Fading Hope might be decent, honestly, to bounce our stuff in response to Wrath is what I was thinking.
Okay.
But maybe that's worse than just having another Maze Mind Tome. Do we just board like this, the full transform?
That seems pretty reasonable to me.
Yeah, like the thing is, I mean, they'll definitely have Zakama before Sphinx. Yeah, okay. So I played a bunch of Lotus Field. In this matchup, I would board in Zakama, Sphinx. Not Zakama, Dramoka, but not Sphinx is what I would do. And I would also board an Elder Gargaroth if I had it. So that's what I'm expecting our opponent to do.
Sure.
But the thing is, mostly we can counter those things, and we can even gust the Dramoka after it resolves.
Yeah.
So I'm not that afraid, and they have like one Dramoka. Like, I think this is fine.
Okay.
It's a little disrespectful to Dramoka. I mean, I imagine we should keep this.
I think so.
I kind of think you have to keep a lot of one-landers with this deck, because our deck just has 21 lands in it. Like, it's designed to use cantrips to hit art slam drops.
Right.
Which I think is reasonable. And, Dawn, I think maybe the first fires is better than the Blitz. I wasn't focusing on that, because I was mostly thinking about whether I wanted to play them at all.
Yeah.
And I think the answer is no, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
Also, I really don't need this league ending soon message, and I wish it would stop.
Okay, they can't see it because it's hiding behind our faces.
The funny movie starring Dragon Lord Dramoka? God, I have no idea what we're talking about, Axe.
I'm thrilled to see what this joke is, though. It was a drom-com! Nice! Love that.
Alright, I think we just slam Ledger Shredder. You think maybe being less relevant is too important? That's plausible. I mean, we could play Scheme as Pass, like double cantrip.
Yeah, I think I want to do that. I'm worried about... I want to counter it.
Maybe it's too important if you're scrying. Apropos of nothing.
Our opponent's on 4 cards. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I want to land go.
Maybe we just land go. Yeah, okay. I'm down. I don't like that it makes it harder to trigger our turn in the future, but to be fair, we could do something weird like only cantrip once.
Sure. Like, right, if our first cantrip finds a land, we could consider not cantripping again.
Yes, yes. Okay, well that's the top.
Yeah.
So I think I just untap now, right?
I think so.
Although, wait, no, but I still want to hold spell... No, wait, I guess I can't do that if I want to hold up Spell Pierce their next turn.
Well, I want to just play Ledger Shredder and say go and not worry too much about the connive.
Well, okay, in that case I should opt now.
Okay, I guess, yeah, opt now.
The only reason to do the thing is if we want to opt main phase, but it seems like we're not going to opt main phase, we might as well opt.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Sure, I guess. I mean, I don't know. If we were going to say okay to opt, I think we should have not played opt, but...
Well, no, because our bin is now full
yeah.
for... Like,
Yeah.
We meaningfully changed the game state.
Yeah.
So here our opponent should respond, by the way, if they have Impulse, because of us countering response. Oh, they're going to do it. They see it. Okay. Do we want to counter Impulse?
Kinda.
It kind of moves. I'm pretty down.
Yeah. Mm-mm. I mean, I don't know. If after this they play a scrying to get a Lotus Field, like...
That's a good beat, but I think we should counter it.
Yeah.
I mean, after they scrying for Lotus Field and play it, we'll just untap, calmly opt into Alpine Moon and destroy them.
Yep. I mean, opt always finds Alpine Moon.
It's never failed. Oh, they just had Lotus Field. Well, in that case, countering the Impulse was definitely right.
It was very smart.
Vizier? Yeah, Impulse would have definitely found Lotus Field.
I mean, Impulse is Sylvan Scrying, as we know.
Okay, that's an interesting draw. Well, I sort of think we should opt.
Yeah.
Because if we find a land, we can Fable, which is great.
Okay.
If we brick on a land, then we could still just find another spell to cast, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Although maybe that's overvaluing the connive and just slamming is right, but I also want the fourth lane for Crackling Drake.
Yeah, I think I want to opt.
Like, I think it's worth the risk. You think so?
I think so.
Okay. And I guess also if our Fable's delayed one turn, I also not sure it's that big a deal. Ooh, what's our count?
So
this is our 6th card. So we could top Cruise and Cruise, but it will not let us do the thing we were planning to do.
Yeah.
And it will tap us out, but we'll find
a land.
Yeah.
Although I guess we don't have, like, because Canal no longer comes into play untapped. We don't have, like, that many untapped blue sources.
That's true.
I think it feels like we should cruise to. We'll also get a connive.
Yeah, I think we should
4
cruise.
Looks at it. Okay, yeah.
And we have a pretty good discard, and since the second Drake is pretty bad, right?
Sure. Or the Fable at this point might be hard to cast, but...
Oh, that's true. That's also a pretty reasonable discard. So my intent... I think I should discard Drake.
Okay.
But it's close between these two. But I think this is what I want to do.
Okay.
Yeah, Zyblos is right. It's not easy to go off this turn, so this is a reasonable turn to tap out. Like, I almost think we should play this.
Okay, that makes some sense.
Because, like, if they go off on one Lotus Field off 3 cards, like, good beats, but that's very hard. Yeah, I think we should.
Okay.
Because then this way, next turn we play Crackling Drake, which is a really fast clock, and hold up Spell Pierce.
Right.
And so, like, we'll be clicking with gas next turn.
Yeah. Yeah, like they're just gonna say go, probably. Or
I mean, they could just kill us here. Look, they could Vizier into copy into Hidden Strings, but like, it's not very easy. Like, they have 3 cards. If their 3 cards kind of need to be the nut perfect to kill us, is basically my conceit. Oh, that's complicated.
Ooh.
I sort of just want to play Fable now. That I think changes things.
Double Pierce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You okay with that?
I am. Hey, Squid Apex Predator, welcome to the stream and thanks for the follow.
I just fundamentally think that our clock just doesn't need to be that fast to, like, get him.
Yeah.
Especially because if we double Pierce, like, they will probably cast 2 spells if they try to go off.
Yeah.
And if we double Pierce, we'll also cast 2 spells.
Yeah,
so we're going to be double conniving.
Shape our hand.
Yeah. And then, like, this will be cheap and, like, we'll be all set, is kind of my opinion. We also could, like, opt into another cantrip on their turn is pretty possible as well.
Yeah, like if they play, like, Pour Over the Pages here, or Dark Petition.
Yes, a single spell pierce per thing will spell pierce it. Ritual of Soot. I think I should pierce that twice.
I think so, yeah.
Like, I could not, but it seems pretty good. We'll, like, reload immediately with Treasure Cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down. I mean, I guess we just start opt.
I think so.
Seems hard to get away from that. Alright. I like this. Well, we do have a million looks to the next counterspell. That is true. We still don't have that many counterspells. So, wait. The question now is, should we respond to this with Consider?
I think we should bin, Consider, and Hazard, and then cruise for 1.
Oh. That's very reasonable. Let's do that.
We'll draw 5 cards total. I bet we'll find something good.
Yeah, okay. And we also have 2 mana, so we can Drake plus...
yeah.
Well, I guess we... Okay, so we found Stroke. So now, I think we should possibly not cruise Drake to present lethal and pass with Stroke up.
That makes sense. I like that.
Like, yeah. I think this is pretty good, right?
Yeah.
It seems very hard for them to kill us through a Stroke next turn. They have 2 cards.
Yeah.
Like, it's not impossible or anything, but it's very hard. Also, wait, drawing that land means oh, wait, shit. I can cruise, right?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, wait, I should have cruised first then to connive. That was a foolish mistake. But whatever.
Yeah.
Let's play this.
Yep.
We can just go to land, whatever.
Yeah. Never punished.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. It's hard to imagine our opponent beating this.
It is hard to imagine. Ballad get recovery on the target is Impulse? Sure.
Sure.
That does nothing.
5 mana Impulse. That's okay.
I mean, even if they Impulse into Hidden Strings, like, they're just in a horrible spot for this. I don't know. I guess they need to find, like, some sort of Wrath or something, but we'll just counter the Wrath.
Yep.
Like, I guess if they Impulse Hidden Strings Supreme Verdict, we could maybe lose, although even then, I guess our streak is really, really good.
Yeah, and that's not the most common card. Lotus doesn't often play Supreme Verdict, right?
No.
Usually we've already seen rituals that, like...
Typically, well, so okay, that doesn't mean that. So,
okay.
If you're ordering the Wrath Field plays, they always start with a Ritual Slit, because you want to be able to Dark Petition into a Ritual Slit off the triple black.
Okay.
That's really important.
That makes sense, yeah.
So you start with Ritual Slit, then there's, like, 2 big Wrath, usually. That, like, some people play 2 to populate, some people play, like, a Sunfall to populate, some people play, like, a Supreme Vert, some Predicts in those slots. Supreme Verdicts, I think, are mostly worse in every way but better against Spirits.
Sure, okay.
And that trade-off is sometimes with White Lotus players. Spirits is kind of a tough matchup.
Yeah, I was wondering that when we were talking about how Blue-White Lotus has an unfavorable Spirits matchup, that if a Supreme Verdict or 2 could make a difference.
Well, it would help some, but weirdly, because like for her Blue-White Lotus, Doomscar can't be spell quelled.
Sure. Okay.
And Supreme Verdict can.
Right.
So it's kind of 6 of one, half dozen the other, and I think Doomscar is overall better.
Yeah, okay. That makes a lot of sense.
Okay, well, let's submit this.
I think so. I'm
What are you thinking?
trying to decide how good I actually think the Maze Might Stones are.
They might be bad.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this is the card I'm most interested in getting in there, because it can save our things from Wrath and bounce a Dromoka or whatever.
I think I want to bring that in and cut a Maze Might Stone.
I'm down for that.
Okay.
I also think it's conceivable that 4 is too many Crackling Drake.
Oh, interesting.
But they are a very fast claw.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess I think this is probably reasonable.
Okay.
I freely admit, like, chat, like, it's not like we were playing off some well-thought-out sideboard plans. We're just vibing here. This hand is quite awkward.
This hand seems bad to me. I guess it has lands and spells, but...
No, I think we should mull again. I sort of think our hand is a mull to 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I know that a few cantrips would get us out of it. We're not seeing that much, but, like, it's not good. I think we should just ship.
Yep.
We can do better. This hand isn't great, but I think it's probably fine.
I agree. And tuck a Drake.
Yeah. Well, this is why I think it's conceivable to play 3 days, because you do really want to draw, like, 0.75 drakes per game.
Yeah.
Is kind of my take. If you want to draw 0.75 drakes per game, I think 4 is maybe a lot, since you really don't want it to be over 1.
Well, especially when half your deck is cantrips.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I should have shaved a drake, but also, I don't know that I'm really that into drawing Maze Mind Tome either.
Yeah.
Sort of the situation is just that,
Well, we did board out, 10 cards. I mean,
Yes.
It's not surprising that we had to put, we have a few cards in our deck that we're not thrilled about.
And I mean, sort of fundamentally, Phoenix-style decks, which includes this deck, are just not that good at dealing with completely stack-based decks. It's just your deck has a lot of kill spell in it. It has to.
Yeah.
And that's not awesome in this matchup. Okay, I'll play Hollow Knight's Go.
Yep.
And I could, in theory, not cantrip to set up some sort of Ledger Shredder nonsense, but I think I probably should fire it off.
I would fire it off. Mostly because well, never mind.
Mostly because what?
I was going to say something that was wrong.
Okay. I mean, that's fine.
You think the second one's fine?
Well, it's not great because it doesn't help us trigger Ledger Shredder.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we just need to keep churning, get some velocity going.
I don't know. Maybe it's good. Yeah.
I sort of think that it doesn't take that many counterspells to stop a Lotus Field.
Okay, I think we should keep it then.
I'm not sure, but I think we should top. Also, I think we just don't have that many counterspells.
Yep.
I guess. Okay, to rephrase my statement in more logical words, I think it's gotta be an above average card.
Okay. I believe.
Okay, I want to slam this.
I do too.
Mm-mm. If something horrible happens to us this turn, good beats.
Yep. I mean, they, can't... I don't even know how they would play a thing that we can disdain full stroke.
It's pretty difficult. I mean, look, it's possible... It's theoretically possible for them to kill us this turn.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
It's not very easy, but, is it possible? I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
They can, hidden strings with this on the stack, and then...
Well, they can, start with Vizier.
Right. Okay,
but I guess, doing with only one land total in play is very hard. They probably something involves Grazer to put a second land
into play. Oh, wait,
into
is hidden strings a sorcery?
Yes.
So you can't do it. You can't hidden strings with the Lotus Sack on the stack.
Yes.
I should have known that, but that's okay.
Okay, so here, I somewhat think we should go land pass. So that we can connive on their turn off Consider Stroke.
Yeah.
Or if they do nothing, consider into a cantrip and do it on their turn.
Yep.
So, there are some downsides if we consider into a sorcery, for example.
Yeah.
But we don't have many sorceries.
Right.
So I think the attack is fine. To be honest, unless we draw, specifically second Ledger Shredder,
sure,
it seems like we don't get punished.
Right.
So... And I just think it's not that unlikely that we end up stroking. For example, let's say our opponent just plays a land, cycles Vizier, and plays Pour. That could easily be their turn.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, I have no idea if they have those cards, but I would Pour every time if that was my hand.
Right. I'm excited to see what they do.
Well, we want them to do stuff. We don't want them to do nothing.
Yeah.
Weirdly. But
I predict they're going to do nothing. It does seem like the most likely outcome.
Damn. The most likely outcome occurred. Unlucky. Okay, that I think we should bin.
Okay, I agree.
I think we should cast this.
To connive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you okay with that?
I think so, yeah. I get it.
I mean, our current hand is certainly bad against Jamoka. Ooh, great.
Ooh, nice.
Move this away. Oh. Wait. I'm so sorry. I thought it was only creatures.
Oh, we hit them?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well,
I apparently just don't know what this card does. No, I definitely should have. I didn't realize what the card did. I'm a fool. Okay, let's slam Alpine.
Love it.
I mean, this is a beat, what's about to happen to our opponent. Because to get out of this, they probably need to Besage you. And the beat about that is they'll have to Besage you in response.
I mean, they might have... They didn't bring in counterspells, right?
It would be unusual for them to do so in this match. I mean, they might have won, Dispute if they have it.
Sure, okay.
But, that doesn't help, really. I mean, I guess they could dispute us.
Yeah.
I guess it does kind of help. But Well, not in response. What I mean is they have to float green and then Boseiju on our main phase, which will let us main phase Fable and connive.
Yeah, true.
Although maybe we wouldn't want to do that.
Well,
then.
wait, but also doesn't this lets them make mana of any color, right? So they could still
Oh,
Boseiju.
wait. They still have 2 mana, you're right. I guess they could Boseiju on our end step. Never mind.
Yeah.
This entire thing we've discussed is a fantasy.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's play Alpine Moon. They're copying Lotus Field. That's weird.
I mean, I guess it makes it tap for any color, right?
Well, yeah, but it's a good sign for us because they don't have Boseiju.
Sure.
You can see these lanes have a lot of text now.
Yeah. And hey, Zach Hagan, thanks for the subscription! Happy long weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, 07, I talked about this a little bit. I think it's also a lot better a lot of the time. I think making your deck not function is a big deal.
Yeah. Ooh, love the pass.
Yeah, well, so... Now, I think we should slam Fable.
Okay.
Because, okay, they didn't have a Boseiju last turn. They haven't done it, right?
Yep. So if they drew Boseiju...
Yeah, if they
we're in
naturally
trouble.
top deck Boseiju, we lose.
Right.
Good beats.
Uh-huh.
But... If they didn't, this is the best turn tap out. If we're going to have some turn the next million turns,
Yep.
this should be the turn.
Yep.
So I think we should just slam it.
Love it.
And I think then the more common question I think is actually, should we play Spire Bluff Canal?
I think so.
Yeah, I guess I think so too. I mean, but like, maybe. I don't think that's very likely. I mean, maybe they did, but oh god.
Uh-oh.
Well, now we probably die.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty reasonable to stage Lotus Field because then it's just a land that makes any color, as chat pointed out, which like. I think I would go Fable again. I think I just think that like. If you're not going for Fable there, you're basically saying you're never going to do it. Your clock is immensely slow. Your opponent will draw out of it. Like, I don't know. Like, I think you're just, like, not winning the game doing that. I guess this does not matter.
I would discard the land, I think.
Okay. But now we're dead is the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you say the cyber card that just does the thing 07, I don't know which one you mean. As far as the one that does the thing more, I think it might be Alpine Moon because it doesn't fuck you up. I prefer my cyber cards to not harm me.
Yeah. It is easy to forget the second line of text on Damping Sphere.
Can you just wait till next turn? Well, the next turn you still won't have Fable Stroke unless you naturally top deck a land.
Yeah.
So the problem is, what if you wait a turn and then you draw any spell in your 19 land deck?
Yeah.
And then you die. Like, well, Boseiju gives a land, sure, but like, they don't have to Boseiju. Like, let's say they don't have Boseiju, they don't do it.
Does
right?
Alpine Moon get rid of Hexproof on the Lotus? I think so?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know why it matters, but yes.
Yeah.
It's an ability, and this removes all abilities.
Okay, while they're going off, I'm going to disappear for a second. I'll be right back.
Well, I'm probably going to concede in seconds.
Yeah, well, you can do that. You can start the next one, but I'll be back in like 30 seconds.
But basically, when you say Boseiju gives a land, the situation is like, okay, so like you're going to have 4 mana that turn, you play the Fable and pass, and they don't have Boseiju, like if you don't play Fable and, like, or you're going to play Fable next turn, and then like they're not, I don't know. I'm not sure I fully understand your line, but basically, I think it's not quite as easy as. Okay, this is Terminus Lethal. Ah, yes, classic choice of Spear versus Alpine Moon in the Cleansing Wildfire deck. That's very logical. But Don, won't the Spire Bluff Canal then are tapped? Isn't that not true when we only have 1 mana next turn because the Canal is tapped? Or wait, I'm misunderstanding.
Did you come back and win while I was gone?
No.
Dang.
But then, wait, but Don, then, wait, so you're saying next turn you play the Fable, but then if they don't besage you... Oh, wait. Hold on. Have I confused myself? Wait, what land am I playing here? First question.
Coast, I think.
Well, wait, but don't I want to find a land with my cantrips?
I guess so, and then the Stormcarved Coast comes into play untapped. What
Yeah.
if we, like, don't find a red land and they play Llanowar Elves or something?
Well, then we're really sad. But
And
we
I
don't-
feel like stalling on the cantrips a turn doesn't really matter.
Maybe it doesn't. Yeah, okay. You're right. You might be right, chat. I've confused myself. I was somehow thinking the Spireball would be tapped that turn if we did this, so it doesn't help. But wait a minute. Now I'm worried that I'm mistaken. Wow, we got incredibly
I'm so smart! I mean, I'd strangle it, right? Or do you want to...
No, you want to impulse it.
Okay.
Against green, Strangle hits Karn.
Oh, that's true.
So Strangle's better than Impulse. That's why people play it. Strangle is mostly to hit the card
Okay,
Karn.
yeah.
And obviously we can't do it instantly this turn anyway because we're going to,
Right.
consider or what have you.
Sure.
Top this.
Yeah?
I don't really know what we should do now, to be honest. Because I'd like to kill their elf, but I'd also like to play Fable.
Yeah.
So I guess, okay, we should ask, like, what exactly is going to happen if we slam Fable? So we slam Fable, they play Karn, they get a wish, then we kill the Karn and the elf. That seems okay.
That seems fine.
Okay, I think we should slam Fable.
Okay.
And if they play Old Growth Troll, well, we don't have a good answer for that, but we wouldn't have been able to answer that anyway.
Maybe if they have, like, no land Old Growth Troll, then we're a little sad, but it's fine.
Wait, Granger Cat, why is that true? Because I was thinking that you might not end up casting the Opt whatsoever, and if you cast Consider, you might bin the card, so therefore it's better. What would they be wishing for? That's a very complicated question. The answer is, I can tell you what I think would be probably correct to wish for, but it would depend on their exact hand.
Sure.
And also, even if I told you that, they would probably not wish for what I think would be correct for them to wish for. So therefore, I think the whole discussion is not really worth having.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I want to opt in response, right?
Oh, yeah, I like
Because I'm not sure what we want to do here.
Yeah.
See, I think maybe hitting another land drop is, well, it's not that good. Ben?
I wanna put it on the bottom. That seems better.
Okay, so I want to kill the elf, and I want to keep... I think I want to, at this point, discard... So now we have Blitz, which can kill a walker as well.
Oh, you want to keep... Because I was thinking we just discard Blitz Opt.
Wait a minute. Can we kill everything they have?
Can we...
Can we kill the Kiora? So, because wait a minute. So now we can
Easily, right?
We can impulse the elf, right? Loot away 2 spells,
Yeah.
right? Which gives us 4, 5, 6. So the answer is just yes.
Okay, yeah, I think we should do that.
Okay.
So then we should discard Strangle Opt. Or do you want to keep Strangle? I think if we just discard Opt, that's enough.
Yeah. I mean, let's impulse. All right, yes. Wait, I'm gonna impulse this so I can think about the game state more.
Sure.
Easily.
Deal.
I'm definitely gonna do it. It's fine.
Okay.
Yes. So I guess just discarding Opt is good.
Okay, and then we'll keep Spell Pierce for Storms.
Our 3 cards are all good, I think.
Yeah.
Beyond that, right?
Yep.
I think the only question is, should we discard something else instead?
Well, Strangle doesn't look that good, to be fair.
Yeah, maybe Strangle discard is better. I guess I think it is better.
Yeah, can we double check that we can hit Planeswalkers with Blitz? Okay, we can. Yeah. Wait, what if we do Strangle and Opt?
Oh, just like kind of cast the Opt in a sense?
Yeah.
That's pretty reasonable. Let's do that.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Now let's attack this and blitz it.
Yep.
And I guess I'll play this on red side? I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
It's kind of irrelevant.
Whatever you feel.
So the thing about this game is that now our opponent is not really participating.
Yeah.
So although our clock is going to be pretty anemic, I think it's going to be enough.
I agree.
Cool. Let's see what we can see.
Yeah, let's consider our options.
I don't want that.
Nah. Unless you want to keep the feebling going. You know?
Yeah, I think that's like probably not what we should do.
Yeah, I don't really see the benefit.
Mostly, it seems to me that just like copying our goblin is for a turn, which like is a decently fast clock. Bouncing it is still the same for a turn. Like we get to loot, but our hand's mostly good cards anyway. Like
yeah. SPF. Look at these SPs and Fs really doing it.
We are really
Ooh.
All right, so I think it mostly doesn't matter aside from spells or the non-spells on our graveyard. It's all spells.
Okay.
So let's exile any cards.
Nice.
Okay, let's opt.
Sure. Okay, they're off it.
All right, so against green, I think it's very clear that we want these 4.
That makes a lot of sense.
I suspect we want only these 4.
That makes a lot of sense.
Mostly because we don't actually have a lot of cards to cut. Is the thing. Like, let's see, maybe this.
Do we want to cut Fires of Victory?
Well, wait. So does it anything?
Oh, it does hit Planeswalkers. Okay, maybe not.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem is I'm not exactly sure what's bad in the matchup. Well, I think possibly 4 is a lot of Spell Pierce, but I don't know.
I mean, yeah, we did just bring in 4 more things that counter the things that Spell Pierce counters.
Yeah, but like killing elves and having Spell Pierce is kind of a combination effect.
That's true.
I mean, I somewhat think this is bad.
Okay, get it out of here. I agree.
Like, I think the Fires and Victory, like, these 4 cards are all pretty decent. This is definitely the worst one. Maybe this can go.
Because Blitz exiles, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Blitz kills calves and trolls like a champ.
Yeah.
Like, and then, like, I never know the extent to which I'm allowed to shave cantrips in these decks.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, because now I don't really know what to cut. Like, I think all of these are good. There's such a fast clock, and clocking is really important. Like, I think Spell Pierce is a little bad. Like, 4 is probably a lot. Like, green will eventually get to the point they can pay for it. It doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't counter calves and trolls and stuff.
Right.
So, like, I think, like conceivably, like this is right.
That makes some sense.
But it also could be like this. Like, I don't know.
Could we cut an Impulse, or is killing elves too important?
I think Impulse is likely too important. I know that we could shave Fable. I don't love doing that in this deck, but I'm aware it's an option. I mean, why can't we shave one Drake? I mean, all of that's reasonable. I don't know. I just think maybe the clock is just too important. But, yeah, like, maybe just, like, 8 of this stuff is too much. I don't know. What do you think, Greg?
I don't want to shave it. I feel like shaving Fable is a trap.
Well, no, but what about this? What about this?
I'm convinced by 2 Spell Pierce. I like 2 Spell Pierce for other counter spells.
I sort of think on the draw that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So the complication is like, here's the thing, chat. So these 3 cards are all much better on the play.
Yeah.
So being like, on the draw, you should save X1, that makes sense. It's like, well, every card in consideration is better on the play. All of them.
Also, when you said these 3 cards are better on the play, can I suggest some more cards which are better on the play?
Well, that is all of them, yes.
Yeah.
But the point being, whether on the play or the draw can't really make the decision because every card in question is better, is a card that's substantially better on the play.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. Gemstone Cavern's noted Rhino's modern staple is better on the draw, yeah. So this hand is definitely not great, but I think it's probably a keep.
I think I want to keep.
Yeah. I'm going to keep.
Okay.
I mean, I know that letting their elf live sucks, but, like, I don't know, Shredders are a pretty fast clock, and, like...
And they might not have her.
Well, especially, like, I suspect that and I guess just playing this is obviously right.
Yep.
I think in matchups like this, where your opponent has a bunch of big counters, green players, including myself, will often trim on elves.
Sure.
Which makes this sort of thing more likely.
Yep.
And I think we can opt.
Yeah.
I think we should bottom, but
it feels like an easy tuck to me.
Yeah. Well, it's weird because it's not like they will never play an elf. Like, probably at some point an elf will hit the battlefield. And I mean, I think... So, let's see. Let's say we slam Shredder and they untap and play Karn, which is the worst thing they can do.
Yeah.
So then they get a Wish, but then we can untap... it's not that great for us. Maybe we should just hang out. But maybe we also need to get our shredder going.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about just doing nothing and dying.
Yeah.
And then playing, like, Kiora something, you know, like...
Yeah, I think we should play shredder.
I would play shredder.
It's a little dangerous, but it seems right to me. Mostly I'm just hoping that, like, we can, like, clean up the Karn with these blitzes and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, get the beats going and win. Well, okay, so as I was mentioning in Fisher's Drought, that also describes Pierce. Pierce is also much better on the draw. So, like, much better on the play.
Yeah.
Pierce is better when you're ahead and you can afford to clean it up. So, it's kind of complicated. The Might Stone.
And hey, EC Firework, welcome to the stream and thank you for the follow.
Okay. So, here's what I think we should do. I think we should attack Karn for 1 point of damage. Pass to our opponent's upkeep blitz it for 1.
Whoa.
And then spell Pierce the Might Stone, the Weak Stone that they just wished for.
Okay.
And then
what if they play a Cav?
Then it's bad.
I think we should just... What are they going to wish for? What are you afraid of?
Wish?
What are you afraid of them wishing? They lose their Karn if they do another wish.
Yeah.
What are you afraid of them getting? We have tons of counterspells.
That's fair. So you just want to attack Karn for 1 and pass?
Yes. Any Lord of the Rings hot takes? We found black to be very strong. I don't know if that's a hot take or not.
Yeah, I don't know what everyone else thinks, so I don't know what takes are hot.
I guess I saw a lot of people on Twitter talking about the aggro decks, which, like, we didn't really play much of.
So, wait a minute. So you think we should pass because you want to hold up Stroke and Pierce?
Correct.
But, like, wait a minute. So let's say our opponent plays Might Stone, Weak Stone, we spell Pierce it. Okay, this is reasonable.
Okay.
So I was trying to think through the whole line. It's pretty involved whether this is right or wrong.
Yeah, I agree, but...
I would say I'm very uncertain of this play. Wow, we're geniuses.
Yeah. And wait, do we have a chance to blitz with the Pierce in the graveyard? Because wait, we could Pierce now, or we could blitz now.
Well, no, so what we should do is spell Pierce this in response blitz connive trigger.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, great. Spell Pierce that. Yep.
And now we do this.
Yeah. This is sweet.
Well, our opponent just screwed up. They should use their card in some way.
They should use their card first, yeah.
Probably just discard that.
That's a great draw. A spell that we can discard.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be... Oh, right, because Ledger Shredder doesn't power up the Blitz.
Yeah, I think we need the Blitz to be powered up.
Oh, should have done it in the other order. They're right.
Wait. Oh, because we wouldn't have to discard a spell then? I guess that's true. That chat's right. That's a small misstep. I mean, I kind of think we're priced into attack go.
I think we're priced into attack go.
It's not my favorite, but I'm hoping that like our opponent has a medium turn, and then we can like smell blood in the water, and then we can we can tap out from there. That's kind of what I'm hoping. If they just keep jamming stuff, we kind of have to keep countering it. That's unfortunate. But hopefully they'll untap and then play a 4-drop of some sort.
Yep.
Or a Cav. Any Cavs? Ooh, there are any Cavs. Alright, so I guess we can connive. Right?
Yep.
Drake.
Yep.
And then let's stroke this.
Yep.
And then I'm not exactly sure what we're going to untap and do, but it's going to be pretty good, I think. So... Alright. If we're going to Blitz of the Thunder Raptor Kiora, which we could not do.
Sure.
But if we're going to do that, we should do it before we cruise. Right? So...
I want to blitz the Kiora and then cruise.
Yeah, well, I think the other line is to Ledger Shredder blitz the Kiora.
Oh, and let them storm?
when you say let them storm, I mean...
Oh, I guess, well, yeah, I mean, I guess my hope is we draw a Spell Pierce off Cruise. We only have 2 in our deck. We only have 1 in our deck? Okay.
I sort of think... Well, the other question is, does the cure matter? But it matters some.
I'm worried about them deploying a bunch of creatures and drawing cards.
Yeah, it probably matters. I think I like Shredder Blitz to really turn the clock up, like turn up the pressure.
Okay.
But I don't know how you feel about that.
And if we discard a spell, then they will lose some life points, for the record, off our Connive.
Yes, that's true. Which seems pretty reasonably likely.
Yeah.
And partially, I really want to make sure we blitz before... Part of the logic here is, Chad, I really want to make sure we blitz before we cruise, is the thing, right? So, like, we kind of have to blitz this turn in some way. Because once we cruise, our blitz will get much weaker.
Wait, does it not count exile?
Sure doesn't.
Oh, dang. And hey, Joshua Tree! Welcome to the stream and thanks for the follow. Ooh.
Well, I think we just discard this.
I think so, too.
Right? Like, we just...
We'll have to attack Kiora, but it's fine.
I just don't think we need these crime to use 7 power shredders, right?
I agree. Bye, Kiora. Ooh, to the exile zone. Nice.
All right, brace for impact. I mean, this is how we lose this game for sure, but I think we're pretty able to recover. Okay, I mean, that's a good storm for sure, but I think it's still beatable.
Yeah. So, yeah, everyone's talking about the first PT being in Chicago. Is there a reason everyone's talking about this?
Well, it was just revealed.
Okay.
I don't really know that it's that important, but it is true.
I see.
Cityscape. That's a wise wish on our opponent's part, I think. That's going to be pretty annoying to deal with. Okay, let's start with... I think let's start with... Well, we could in theory Ledger Shredder Gust, but that seems probably wrong. I think we should cruise.
Yeah.
I think this Ledger Shredder is probably a Connive, is our plan, right?
Yeah.
And then, as always, it doesn't matter once we exiled the non-spells. Okay. I mean... It's a little dangerous. I think I want to Gust the Cav. Because if we draw a land that's untapped, we can then...
right.
Then we can still stroke.
We have 2 Connives. Okay, I like that because of the 2 Connives.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that seems good. Oh wait, I should probably think about the order here a little bit more than I am. Sorry. No, this is the right order. Okay.
Yeah.
We have a guaranteed spell for this one, so we want the smaller shredder first.
Yeah.
It's like super minutia, but it's something that you should think about in these situations.
Nice.
Great. And I'll just discard this, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Because even though this Cityscape still gets to kill one of our things, I also still want to counter it.
Yep.
So we kill the Karn, we hit them for 4. And I think we are just going to calmly beat the Cityscape here. I mean, I get that they can bring it back, so it's a little tricky for sure, but I think we can still maybe beat it. Like, it's just not going to be that hard.
Sorry, which Disdainful Stroke is this?
Disdainful Stroke.
Nice. That's my favorite Disdainful Stroke.
Would you mind ranking some of your other favorites, or like, what's number 2?
Dat Disdainful Stroke.
Nice. So I think we should start with this.
Yeah.
Okay, let's opt.
Sure. Or whatever.
Discard a Steemits, I guess.
I think so.
And I think this is a spot where we might want to hold our lands for Fable. Business.
Yep.
Yeah, like my intent is, I think, is to play Fable and attack.
I like that.
I mean, maybe they'll destroy the Fable with their terminate trigger, but that's fine if they want to do that and use the shredder.
They can't flashback storm right there, even if they would need to somehow ramp.
No, they don't have the mana to do that. I mean, it's conceivably possible, but I think it's pretty unlikely.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a heinous take slasher. This is a pro Chicago pizza stream, so there you go. Chicago pizza is simply best pizza. That's just a fact. Wait, is that another Cities Cable out from hand? That's bad.
That's very bad.
Well, okay, so we can maybe get out of it. So we need to
blitz it.
Yeah, but it's going to be pretty difficult. Although we can use other spells to help with the blitz.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Let's draw a card. So if we discard Land Impulse, that's 4. So then we can Strangle Blitz is enough.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
So I think we should loot away Land Impulse.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I think we should do it.
Yep.
Okay, and then I think what we should do is attack Treasure, Fable off the Treasure.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I think we need those cards.
Yeah.
We need both these lands to do something. I mean, obviously they could then they very much might bring back their thing and destroy a Fable, but
Fable, yeah.
That's fine if that ends up happening. We'll burn our treasure, but I'm not that worried.
Yeah.
So I suppose allow me to propose a metric for determining what is pizza. If everyone says blank pizza is whatever, you've answered your question as to whether it is pizza. Because you didn't start your sentence with Chicago lasagna isn't pizza. You started your sentence as pizza. Therefore it's pizza. It's very logical.
Don't love that they keep finding bangers.
Well, yeah, I mean, we definitely might lose this game. I mean, look, once green gets going, I don't think our deck is that well equipped to go toe-to-toe with it. The thing is, hopefully, that in a substantial portion of the games, we stop them from getting going. Blitzes are doing God's work here, though.
They really are.
Okay, well, let's loot away these lands as planned.
Yep.
Okay, let's consider.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that has to be good.
I agree.
4, 6, 7, 8. I mean, I think we need to top it and not cast it.
Yeah.
Because I think we need to target Storm.
Okay. Which is quite awkward because it's going to be Storm from the graveyard, right?
Well, no, it's flashback, so it still gets exiled.
It still gets exiled? Okay. Is that true?
Wait, I believe that's true. That's how it works for Remand.
Oh, okay.
So
but Remand is different because Remand says counter target spell if it was countered this way. Oh, it's true. Andrew's right. Okay, everyone says you're right.
I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Okay.
So yeah, we do this and then we hang out. I think I'm holding this land for a potential shredder or whatever.
What about the fact that our winning might be a lot of reflections?
Oh, that's
like, do you want to play Spikefield Hazard as an untapped land so that next turn we can just make a bunch of reflections and try and kill him?
Okay, I'm down. It's a little dubious because we might need the Spikefield to help exile one of these things, but
yeah, I see that.
Okay, let's do it. I'm with you. Yeah, I know how most interactions involving green work. That's
Fair.
usually not my weakness, I would say. The problem, I think, is that we're going to gust this storm, which is nice and all. It'll get exiled. And then we're just still losing. But we can maybe figure it out. Well, one trick we can use is, so when you do the double reflection trick, you can block with one reflection.
Right.
So, our opponent's going to hit us here for a bunch. But, I mean, our plan is definitely to finish with the double reflection. And I think that plan is...
Them not attacking feels great.
Well, I think it's just a mistake on their part, for one thing. Okay, so I don't know if we should even do this Fable thing. We should just pass, right? So wait.
I think so.
They're going to bring back Cityscape, attack and target reflection, but it's fine. In response, we make copies, so we still get one turn of the Fireball.
Right, we make one copy and then we chill.
Yeah, and then they destroy the original, but it's fine.
Yeah.
And then we just, you always get to block one Fable. Yeah, I think we are making Fables, I'm just thinking it through. So, Yeah, if they have a Seichu good beats, we're not.
Yeah.
We're not playing on that. Like we're not in a position to do that.
Yeah.
Something chat may have realized about me is that I think that many people overplay around cards. I try to be well calibrated. I'm not saying I do it perfectly, but like I think relative to a lot of people, I like to jam.
It's what Max McVitie would do.
It is what Max McVitie would do. I don't like that 5 mana is being tapped.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean that is sort of fine. I mean it doesn't really change anything unless it hits a storm.
I mean, there's already a storm in their bin, though, right?
No. After that one was gone, there's no storm in their bin.
Oh, okay. Well, they hit a storm.
Yeah, that's bad-ish. Yes, we can use the Power Stones. Oh, wait, shit. I should have responded by using the Power Stones because of Karn. Crap. That was a punt. Oh, no, wait. But then they won't... Oh, no, wait. That doesn't work. Never mind. It's not a punt.
Yeah.
Because then we don't keep them until our turn. I could have made exactly one copy that we're playing to block with, but it doesn't help to make more than one copy.
Yeah.
Will I be in Mundaline? We're going to No, I'm not going to be in Mundaline, Zoe. I'm pretty much just off the NRG point grind this year, so I don't think there's that much compelling reason for me to go to Mundaline. It's like in a format I don't care about and whatnot. I will miss the hangs, but you know. This I suspect is game. Yes. I mean, I'm not exactly sure what the wish is, but I suspect there's a good one. Let's see.
I mean, is it Woodcaller Automaton?
Well,
I guess no, they'd make a bunch of mana and not really have much to do with it.
I think if our opponent wishes for Pithing Needle and names Reflection, we lose.
That's a good point.
So if I were up when I would wish for Reflection, I would wish Pithing Needle and name Reflection, and then we would lose.
Yeah.
But they could go for Cauldron, but that doesn't kill us. I think if they wish for Pithing Needle, we're stone dead. So like. I think that's what our approach should do. I think it's like clearly the right wish.
And hey, Gebacat, welcome to the stream and thanks for the follow.
Okay, so Haywire Might. Wait a minute. So, what are the implications of that? I guess that does the same thing.
Wait, doesn't it say that's not a creature?
Oh wait, you're right.
Doesn't it do nothing?
It does nothing.
Okay.
That does nothing. Yep. Chat's right. It does nothing. It's a classic our opponent chose to do nothing angle. So we've been allowed to survive for reasons that I don't understand.
Okay.
But now, I mean, they might be dead. I haven't done the math. It's like a lot of damage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a classic green players. Yeah, okay. Shame concession. I don't know if they were dead. They might have been. Let's see, we make 3, 6, 7.
7, so we have 9.
2 plus 9, 10, 11. So we have 11 attackers. They have 5 blockers, so 6 get through, and that's exactly lethal. Yes.
It's one. We have
one.
one.
No. This can block them.
Oh no! You were off by 1, right? We had 11 attackers. Only 5 need to get through.
Yeah, I think they were not dead.
No, I think they were exactly dead.
No, wait. It's 11. 5 get through, but this can block, and then this can sack.
Oh right. I
kill a
forgot
Power
about the
Stone.
sack. Yeah.
So I think our opponent was in fact not dead.
Wait, but can't they not? Oh, they can block.
They can
and
crew
use
lair for 1, block with all 6 of their creatures. They take from 5 reflections, and they sack the Haywire Might and live.
Yeah.
So yes. The bit 1 is correct. Andrew 112 32 is correct. Yes.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, it's fine. We were gonna draw Crackling Drake, I assume, and then they would legitimately be dead.
Because we'd make a bunch of copies of it.
Well, I don't know if we would have drawn it though. Moto's not gonna show.
We were gonna draw it.
But yeah.
Classic Moto. And hey, Adam asks 1-0.
I mean that's I assume Wasmo, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow.
Yeah, Levy, we're currently 1-1. We lost the Lotus Field, but we might have punted. In fact, we definitely punted game 1. But you know,
we punted. Yeah.
Oh God. I mean, I think I should just mulligan this hand.
It seems like an easy one.
Well, if we knew these were good, I might keep.
Yeah.
If there was open deck lists, I might keep against some matchups, but I'd certainly mulligan the dark. Okay, well, this is a Sneep. I assume it's a Sneep and Tuck Pathway angle.
I like Sneep and Tuck Pathway, I think. We could Tuck Strangle, I guess, in the idea that, like, we don't know if those are good and we just keep the better one, but...
Yeah, but I think if one is good, it's likely that we want both.
Well, but I'm worried that none are good, you know?
Well, yeah. I mean, good beats on that one.
Yeah. It's okay. They're gonna play, like, land Dauntless Bodyguard.
Spirits. They're all good. It's fine.
Nice.
And never doubted it. Never doubted it, Greg. Let's consider.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I don't know for a fact they're spirits, so I could wait on the consider, gain more info, but they're probably spirits.
Yeah, I want to consider.
I think I should bin this, but it's a little complicated.
I think so, too.
Cool.
Nice. So if they play like a Spectral Sailor, are we just going to blast it?
I think yes, but it is a bit complicated. So, like, I don't want to get Rattle Chains pretty badly. I think we should just fire it off.
Okay.
Like, I think we mostly just, like, kind of need to buy time, and then we'll, like, figure it out, because we'll, like, Treasure Cruise, and Treasure Cruise will resolve, because it's very hard for them to counter, and...
Yeah. Like, they can't quell it, and...
Yes.
I sort of... able to pay the mana.
Like, obviously, the Rattle Chains say that one isn't the end of the world, but their deck also plays so poorly from behind. Like now they might have to naked Rattle Chains.
Right.
So...
that was not our best draw.
It was not. I guess I should play this, I don't know, red side? It's kind of unclear.
I think blue side, but...
Blue side? Okay. It's a noble. I'll play blue side.
Yeah, I think it could not matter less.
Treasure Cruise appears to be 2 card advantageous. Well, I don't know if this deck is good or not yet, but yeah.
Well, I like them doing nothing. Although I guess we're probably going to do nothing too.
Well, it's definitely still... I think that's a game that favors us, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like them to play a few more spells so we can trade off a few more cards, but, you know... Like, I really wouldn't mind them EOTing Rattle Chains, untapping, and putting an enchantment on it so we can spell Pierce the enchantment.
Yeah.
But, you know...
Well, except if they did that, they would be able to pay for
if they had a third land, then that's not great.
Although I guess we could just spell Pierce it and make them tap out and then strangle it.
Yeah. That's probably what we would do.
Yeah. Even though it's, like, very card disadvantageous. But then we could probably Treasure Cruise that same turn.
Yeah, cards are kind of not really a concept when you have Treasure Cruise and they don't, you know?
Yeah.
Personally, I don't believe in card advantage. Or card disadvantage.
Yeah.
There's only the board. Magic has moved past such concepts.
I see.
See, what's great about that statement is that it's kind of a joke, but it's also kind of factual.
The best kind of statement.
Zyphos, I know Final Nub. I'm not sure that statement is not trolling, and you should be careful of responding to it like it's a serious comment. Final Nub has pretty balanced range.
Yeah. So if they just untap, we probably are forced into strangling this Rattle Chains.
Definitely. If they have another Rattle Chains, good beats, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, now we could, in theory, tap out for Treasure Cruise.
Wait, I want to strangle it and then tap out.
Well, then we still try. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. That makes sense.
I mean, we have to pay 2 life, but... Although I guess if they, like, pay 2... If they have, like, Geistlight Snare, we can just counter that. Well, and still tap out for Treasure Cruise.
Slip out the back. I want to pierce that and then tap out Treasure Cruise.
Sounds great.
It's nice that every one of our spells is a ritual for Treasure Cruise.
Yeah. No matter how many 1-mana spells we play, we can still tap out for Treasure Cruise.
Well, now I think our opponent is getting owned. By the way, Spirits is actually definitely a good reason to play this deck right now in Pioneer. Spirits is quite a good matchup for Phoenix-style decks in general, and also pretty decently popular at the moment.
Yeah, so, just because we have like tons of cheap answers is the idea.
Basically, they have a lot of trouble getting going.
Yeah.
And then you pull ahead with Cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it's a classic balance range situation from Final Nub. Look, I knew who I was dealing with here. So, next turn we're going to have some interesting decisions, because if they just, like, hit us for 2 and pass, right, and, like, rep the Spell Queller, I'm not really sure what we should do. Ooh, are they going to play another thing? I wouldn't mind them playing another thing.
So that we can animate Drake?
I mean, yeah, now we can slam anything we want.
I think we should slam Drake.
I mean, slamming Fable's not unreasonable, but I think Drake is probably better. I like that Fable feeds the Cruise, but I guess, like, the thing is, what are they going to do about this Drake?
Yeah.
Isn't just going to kind of beat the crap out of them?
Ooh, great question about today's candle sponsor. We're returning to the Pisces candle with the ruling planet of Neptune from Target's astrology collection with notes of Waterman and Jupiter. For those who don't know, we're unofficially sponsored by the discount candle section at Target. And at any point, you can hit us up with !candle to learn what the candle of the day is. I want to play it tapped, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Cool. What is a note of Jupiter? No. Juniper. Sorry. Juniper. I might have said it wrong.
Wow. Okay.
All right, well, the candle sponsor's just been changed, so I'm going back to the Berry Mandarin candle, one of my favorite candles, which doesn't count as a candle now that it's 100% liquid. What do you think? There's still some judge down there.
It's still a candle. I don't know.
Yeah.
What else would it be? If it weren't a candle, what would you say that it is? By the way, this the back of my opponent I think is a really, really smart play and might put us in a bad spot.
Yeah.
I'm a little scared about what's happening in this game. We certainly haven't lost, but I'm scared.
Yeah.
I thought we were just kind of browning them, and now I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So okay, we go to 3. So the situation is that any Mutavault hit is lethal. So we need to present 3 blockers.
Or kill the Phantom.
Well, yes, but we don't currently possess a way to do that.
Yes.
The other problem is they have Geistlight Snare up, but we probably can't beat it, is my guess. Like, I think our easiest way to produce the requisite number of blockers is to play Drake and draw either a land for Fable or just any removal spell.
And hey, Bands with Legends, welcome to the stream and thanks so much for the follow. Yeah, I think I agree.
Like, it kind of seems hard to get away from that. So let's do this, but I think our chances are actually not quite bad here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can consider, this sort of works. We can consider, and then Fiery Impulse isn't out because it's turned on then.
Yeah.
And if we see a spell, bin it, and draw an untapped land, then Blitz isn't out.
That's true.
So we should cast it.
Yep.
Bin.
Okay, that's half of it. Boo.
And now we're deceased.
Yep.
I mean, we'll make our opponent do it, of course.
Sure.
It's important to make him do it. It's not lethal on board. The defender's only 2 power. That's true. You're right, Matt. Wait, I was thinking that. Oh wow, they're not. This is.
Oh yeah, right.
You're right. So I guess they had. Oh wait, that means it's actually pretty okay.
It's pretty. Yeah, because we double block the Mutavault. I mean, they draw a card, but.
But at what cost?
Yeah.
But now they're dead. So there's that.
I assume they're dead.
Oh, I think so. I haven't really figured it all out, but I'm pretty sure it ends with they're not alive anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I think, let's see. You wanna, what do we want to do here?
You want to try and kill them this turn? Is that what you're trying to do?
No, I'm trying to not die the
Okay.
most. What would you say not die is the hardest?
I feel like starting with Ledger Shredder seems great if the goal is to not die.
Do you want to, like, play Shredder into Fable?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm down for that. Fable's pretty good here because the blockers on the Mutavault is pretty relevant.
Yeah.
Okay, our opponent has a Queller. Oh no, apparently they have Lofty Denial. I mean, I think I'm gonna not pay.
Yeah, I don't want to pay. Oh wait, maybe we should have blitzed in response and paid 1.
Oh shit. We should have blitzed in response. Damn it. Okay.
Okay, totally fine.
Let's play Drake.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we just pass.
Yep.
Next turn, the Chunguses will march.
I love me some marching Chungai.
I mean, Blitz, I think, in this deck, I do think that, like, of the various, like, necessary evils you need to answer Shieldred, this might be the best one because it seems like it's the best against green to me.
Yeah.
That part of the deck, I think, makes a lot of sense. Okay, so I think we should kill off Supreme Bantam. I think we should do that first to play around those things.
Love it.
All right.
Okay.
Little dicey there for a minute, but we did escape with the W.
Yep.
All right. So against spirits, I mean, I imagine Mystical Speed is great. It's basically 1 mana counter anything.
Yeah, and I imagine Brotherhood End is good, even though it forces you to tap out. It's a little awkward.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think Spell Pierce is probably bad.
Oh, that makes sense. It doesn't really do anything.
I mean, you can counter the enchantment, but it's
and you can counter their counters, kinda like.
It does some stuff, but I think Dispute mostly does it better, and I don't know, it's pretty narrow. I don't think it's great. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
And like sorcery speed spells are quite awkward, but
well, yeah, but Strangle is a one. Like I don't know if Strangle's.
Oh, I meant Fable, like Fable and Drake.
Oh, they are quite awkward. I mean, we could play some Spell Pierce.
Yeah.
Like we could leave. Like I think there's no way we want 4 Spell Pierce. Why should I side in a raid? I'm aware that I can do that, but I don't. It doesn't seem great to me. It costs twice as much to allow other spells to do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if is Fading Hope good in this matchup.
I mean, I like it on a Curious Obsession thing, obviously.
Yeah, but like relative to Spell Pierce. A lot of people in the chat seem to like cutting Fables, but my response to them is you ever cast Fable?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think they're worried about it resolving. But
it's a little awkward in this matchup, but you definitely need some way to like generate coherent advantages once you play.
Wait, I have an insane question. Is a Braid better than Fires of Victory? I think it is.
That is probably true.
We're never going to kick it. And 3 is always enough.
3 is usual. It's not always, but it's usually enough, yeah. I think it's reasonable to shave Fable,
Maybe that's false, actually. Against, like, if they play, like, double Phantom or something.
Well, it's definitely possible that 3 could not be enough.
Wait, I want to keep that. I think I was wrong. I think I want.
Well, but I also think top decking this is a pretty bad, and that could happen.
I guess that's true.
It's sometimes portable. Yeah, I'll play Anna Braid.
Okay.
I want to play this config. And
I want to play
all
this
the
config,
Fables.
too.
I just think that, like, an important part of this matchup is, like, you're really good at stopping them from, like, getting too far ahead of you with your bajillion kill spells.
Yeah.
And, like, Fable's a major way you can turn the corner. And I know that, like, they're all flyers and it's a ground thing, but I really don't think it's that bad, actually. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I'm certainly open to it, but... Or maybe, like, you're supposed to shave it, but I think it's pretty decent. This hand is not great. But maybe we should keep.
I think I want a mulligan.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Okay.
Just all expensive cards and cantrips. Like, what are we doing here? See, when you say things like Tome is better than Fable, then I'm like, we're not on the same universe of how good we think Fable is. Fable's really messed up, okay? Like, I don't know what to say. That said, I might tuck it here. I'm not sure I should tuck Fable or land.
Oh. Yeah, I'm pretty down to tuck Fable, I think.
Yeah, despite me seeing the praise of Fable for a while, then I'm going to immediately tuck it. But, just like... Kind of, there's this principle that I think is kind of important to understand, which is that the principle is that, in the words of Matthew McVitie, cards that are good even when they're bad. People are like, oh, well, like, against spirits, you want to cut your expensive cards, and, like, Fable doesn't block their flyers, it's much worse than usual. All of that's true.
Yeah.
Also, Fable's still great. Basically, like, how good a card is when it's at its floor is sometimes still better than many other cards that are close to their ceiling. Mm-hmm. Because Magic cards are not all at the same power level.
Yeah.
I mean, this sounds obvious, but it's true. So, like, that's kind of where I'm going here. I like Shredder better than Fable here, yeah, I do. I'm not going to top this one, though.
I want this one, I think.
Now that we've drawn, like, a bajillion lands,
Yeah.
like, I'm pretty in. Slam Shredder, I think.
I think so.
It's most likely to resolve this turn. It could still not resolve.
It could be like Lofty Denialed.
Yeah, or Mystical Disputed.
Yeah.
But, like, if it's not going to resolve this turn, then it probably is never resolving, and this is our best shot.
Nice.
I mean, Shredder is kind of perfect in spirits. It's cheap enough to often slip under a lot of their counters, like you're seeing it here. It blocks their things as a flyer. It outthrows their stuff.
Right. It blocks some stuff even with Curious Obsession on it, which is nice.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think the statement Fable does not do much is correct. I mean, when you say it doesn't do much, all it does is create a 2/2 that makes a mana every turn, loot 2 cards to find whatever you need, and then, by the way, if you ever untap with the flip side, you win the game.
Yeah.
But aside from all of that stuff, it does nothing.
Right.
Okay, so they do have the obsession. That's a little annoying for sure.
Yep.
I mean, we definitely have to take the hit.
Yep.
But it's fine-ish. We're going to have some interesting questions about when we want to play our cantrips next turn. But I guess the existence of Strangle in our deck heavily promotes playing the main.
I think so.
Yeah, I guess I think we should just slam them.
Yeah.
And I guess play them off this.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the other thing we could do is slam Fable, but that seems...
They're going to counter it, and then we're going to be in a bad spot, I think.
Yeah.
Like, once your opponent has the carry position down, you need to stop the snowball as quickly as possible, and this is what stops the snowball.
Yep.
So, let's do this.
Also, I guess, like, if we get a random counter, they're in a weird spot.
Yeah, the snowball will be kind of stopped.
Yeah. I mean, they could always flash in the Lord, which is awkward, but, like...
That's true. Okay, so let's start by conniving. I mean, I think we should discard Opt.
Yep.
That seemed pretty important.
Yep. That's interesting.
It's not bad. I mean, if they end step Lord... Yeah, look, Isaac, I'm out here saying I'm not cutting Fable and no one can make me.
Yeah.
So don't worry. I'm on the same team you are, Isaac. It's weird because I don't think the first expensive spell we jam is going to resolve.
Yeah.
But I also am not sure we need it to.
I think we need to find answers.
So you think we should bin because like we just need to find answers that badly?
Kinda.
I mean, that's not...
I guess, okay, is our plan, if they attack, let's say they untap and attack.
I mean, my intent then
is to block. Okay, because if they have Lord, they're not going to play a DOT.
Wait, I kind of think we should top it because if we... So they untap, attack, we block, they flash in Lord and eat our guy.
Okay.
And then we untap and slam Crackling
Okay,
Ditch.
sure, you're right.
That kind of works.
Okay.
And I'm planning to do this if they don't do that, if they don't have a Lord.
Right.
So I guess I'm down for that.
Okay.
Thoughts?
I'm fine with it.
Okay.
I think it makes a lot of sense.
I mean, I think that consider was very complicated.
Yeah.
I'm very uncertain of my play to top Drake, but that is what I'm going to do. I'm like 53% sure it's the right play. So, Okay, well that's fine. You want to play another thing, perhaps, opponent? Any second spells? Any second spells?
Dang, yeah. A second spell there would be nice.
Okay, so they're slamming the Phantom now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, they want to make sure it doesn't get mystical disputed. That's why they did it then.
Or they just drew it. I mean, it's not like...
No. I was wondering why they didn't wait for us to block and then flash it in.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so now I want to block this.
Yeah, because if they play a second thing, you'll get a connive and you can grow your thing too.
Yes.
So yeah.
So they never get us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So now they had the Lord, I sort of do want to opt on their end step, though.
I want to opt, yeah.
Mostly because I just think playing Opt Fable is not going to win this game.
Yeah.
We need to slam Crackling Drake, or we need to find better. Okay, that's good. Because now we can... Yeah, so what we can do is we can Shock to Steam Vents and Strangle. Now, if they have the 3-mana counter, they can still counter our Strangle by sacking their Moz Wanderer situation.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, wait, hold on. It's complicated. Yeah, like, if you lead with Fable, they'll just Moz Wanderer and counter your Strangle, which I think is not great.
Yeah.
So, like, I think the question is whether we should second Shredder plus Strangle, or whether we should...
They can... If we do that, they can still... Moz Wanderer's a 2/2.
Yeah, but maybe if we have 2 Shredders, that's okay.
Oh, I see, because then we could, like, double block the Rattle Chains?
Yes. So, like, it's unclear if we should Shredder Strangle, or we should just Shock Strangle with the intention that if they don't have the counter for unless you pay 3, it's great. If they do, we pay 3, then they sack their Moz Wanderer, but then I think we're losing is the issue.
Yeah.
If they have it, we're still losing, I think.
Okay, so that means
Shredder
Strangle.
I think I like lead Shredder Strangle.
Okay.
Is that okay with you?
Yep. And as chat points out, this also gives us more looks.
It does. That is correct.
Like, if we find a fiery impulse, we're very happy we took this line.
Okay. They're going to counter it with that. That's somewhat reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's strangle the 4-3.
Do you want to just strangle the Wanderer because of denying them decisions or something?
Oh. Nah, I want to kill this.
Sure.
Well, this is counter unless you pay 2, so that will not help.
Yeah.
Chat. Playing land first does not help.
Yeah.
We did in fact consider that. Okay. So we need to discard a spell. Because we need to be able to block this thing, right?
Yep.
And I think the spell we want to discard is Fable. I think. Because then we shock, pass the dispute up, and next turn we can go Drake dispute.
Yeah. I like that.
Okay. And obviously they let resolve. That's just fine. I know that I'm giving our opponent choices, but this is kind of to use the Ellis Vizian term. This is the vote Carnage angle. Sometimes you vote Carnage because you never know when they might vote Carnage. I do not think Dispute is dead. Our opponent only has 4 lands. I believe it's pretty likely our Dispute is very live.
Yeah.
To give an obvious example, what happens if next turn we play Crackling Drake and they spell Culvert?
Yeah.
Or what if they just play a creature on their main phase to push damage of some sort, and then like we untap and play it? What if they just play a Lord? Basically, I think Dispute is great.
Yeah.
Here, actually. It's great against Queller. If they have a Lord, it's pretty good. Our opponent's not that unlikely to double spell. They're not that unlikely to fire up the Mutavault and hit us. I think our Dispute is going to get a card. I think it's basically impossible.
If not, I think we can loot it away pretty safely.
Yes.
We'll have a chance. Ugh.
Well, yeah, like, basically, the PV's rule and Vote Carnage are 2 opposing Magic the Gathering philosophies.
Yeah.
And I generally do favor PV's rule, but in this case, I'm just pretty sure if they just forget to sack their guy, I'll take it.
Yeah.
So, you know. Okay. That's interesting. I think we let it off.
This is main phase? Okay.
Yes. Well, what they're doing is... Okay, so here's the point.
So now Curious Obsession won't get sacrificed?
Curious Obsession doesn't get sacrificed, and then next turn it comes back with a counter.
Yeah, okay.
Like, this is a tricky play, but I think it's a heads-up play by our opponent. I think it's a good play. Because now, they keep the Obsession, their thing comes back with a +1 counter, and they're, like, kind of big chillin'. Okay, Coast?
Yep.
Space Ghost, Coast to Coast, for those out there who are familiar. Remember chat was like, Mystical Speed's dead now?
Yeah, so bad, Andrew.
It's hard to say how we could utilize it.
Also, I kind of want the counter, right? Like, if we draw a spell, we're pretty incentivized to discard it, which is kind of weird. Let's see what spell it is.
That's a good spell, but...
I think I want to discard it.
Because you think, like, if something bad happens to Crackling Drake, we'll really need to block with our Ledger Shredder?
Yes. Well, because our Ledger Shredder is now going to still outgrow Rattle Chains, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Because they're growing one... Their thing's going to be a 5/4, and ours is now going to be a 4/6.
Yeah. Okay, I think we should now loot it away.
Right. Not that Dispute's bad. We think Dispute's good. It's just the counter, like...
Yes.
The counter is quite important, I think.
The counter is irreplaceable. Yeah, I'm with you. I think that's true. It seems like this puts us in a position where it's very hard for us to lose. No reason to attack. Just chill.
Just chill.
I mean, what we're trying to do is first we're going to get our opponent to sack this Curiosity.
Yeah.
Then we'll consider turning the corner.
Yeah.
Also, you know what would be a great draw here? Fable.
Wow, let's go!
Oh, God. Spirits is always an intricate matchup. Like I said, I do think this deck is quite good against Spirits.
Yeah.
So we are now 2-1.
Nice.
Sorry to relentlessly mock chat, but, you know, I had to do it to you. I had to.
Isn't part of being a Twitch streamer relentlessly mocking chat? Now that we're big time and we don't need to beg Twitch chat to come, you know?
Well, I think that...
Quote, big time.
I think that some viewers really just need a nice mocking experience, you know?
What do we play against so far? 3 popular decks. We played Lotus Field, Green, and Spirits.
Yep. Sorry. PD's rule is when you have the option to give your opponent a choice or not give them a choice, never give them a choice. So, like, if your opponent is a Selfless Spirit and a creature and you're not sure which one to point your, like, Doomblade at, you should just kill the Selfless Spirit so they don't have a choice.
Right.
That's an example of PD's rule.
Because, like, if you point at it and they don't sacrifice the Selfless Spirit, you're like, oh god, like, I wish I just killed the Selfless Spirit in this case, because they had the choice, Selfless Spirit or their creature, and chose Selfless Spirit, so
Yeah.
just don't give them the choice. But that was a situation where, like...
It was just abundantly
Come
obvious.
on! Like... Oh, look! We're playing against someone named Greg! A nice friendly Greg.
Add them to the Greg list.
I'm rooting for Greg.
Well, I'm rooting for Greg, too. This Greg.
I'm not playing right now. You're playing.
I think you might as well be playing. Am I supposed to keep this?
Kind of think yes.
Am I on the draw? I think it's maybe keep on the draw, I'm on the play angle. When I'm
We're on the play. They did show Jignatha. I don't know how that...
Well, the Jignatha range is pretty big.
Yeah.
It most likely means red-black sack these days, but there's a lot of other things it could mean.
Yeah.
For example, like Gruul Guise is a Jignatha deck.
Convoke.
Convoke is a Jignatha deck, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, the most common Convoke Jignatha deck these days is red-black sack, but...
Maybe we should maul.
I mean...
We have 3 looks at an untapped land, and even if we don't find one, we at least get to leave up Pierce.
Well, if we find a tapped land, it's definitely fine. I don't think it needs to be untapped.
Yeah.
It's more that, like... Okay, we have 21 lands,
And
but we get relooks if we hit, like, an opt or consider or something.
Yeah,
like, I would bin them on the... If I saw them, obviously, but if we happen to draw on the second card, it's live.
Yeah.
I think this might be a keep, but I'm not sure. Okay, Isaac says keep. Okay. I want to keep. Let's
Isaac
fire
says
off.
keep, we're keeping. Thanks, Isaac.
Well, I was going to keep anyway, but I wasn't even sure if it was correct. But now that Isaac's saying I can keep it and blame Isaac...
Yeah.
So, well, to be fair, we don't know it's exactly black sack. Like,
Likely red-black sack.
The range is wide enough that, like, although I think red black sack is like the most probable option, like the field has a lot of the percentage. Yeah, okay, it's not.
Oh, so it could be like
it's BTL.
It's BTL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice.
Great.
Played perfectly, got rewarded.
And against BTL, I think I just want to slam the Shredder.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's a little awkward because we're not that good at conniving here, but it seems hard to get away from slamming it.
Yeah, it's still slam. I mean, they could, like, play the perfect triumph and binding it or whatever, but...
Or they could
or
change it. Yeah, but that's fine.
It's fine.
Oh yeah, never didn't have it. Steam Vent's Fable.
Love it.
I mean, this does a nice opportunity to spell Pierce their Fable, but it just still seems very correct to me.
Agreed.
This game is over? I don't know if we're just kind of it as over. That sounds
wow, that's ambitious.
Well, Levy certainly was here. I don't know if he's still here. Complicated Fable resolution.
Oh wow, yeah, all our cards are good.
Well,
We can discard...
I don't know if Impulse is good. Because if we attack, they'll probably block. And if they don't block, you know what? It's okay. I think we should discard...
Do you want to discard Drake, too?
Well, wait. If we draw a land, we can Drake with Pierce Up, which is insane.
Oh, that's true.
So I sort of want to discard second Spell Pierce Impulse to dig to a 4th land to play Drake plus Pierce. Because I think that just, like, knocks out our opponent, basically.
Yeah.
It's a little weird because, like, the Spell Pierce is a good card. So maybe, like, Splitting Difference line is just card Impulse, but I don't really want to waste our mana. I'd really like to play Drake.
Is it possible we're supposed to discard Cruise?
That, I think, is the other option.
Okay.
I think it's either Fire Impulse Spell Pierce or Fire Impulse Cruise.
Because I guess, okay, if we keep Pierce Drake, I am scared of Omnath.
I mean, maybe Drake can just, like, fucking kill him, though.
Well, that's true.
I think I like discarding second Pierce and Impulse.
I think I do, too.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I just think that, like, I don't know, this Cruise is going to be good. We already have 3 things in the bin.
Okay.
And, like, obviously Spell Pierce is good in the matchup, but I don't know, is second Spell Pierce guaranteed to be good? I don't think it's that guaranteed. I think that's what we should do.
Yep.
Okay, we did Brick, notably. I still don't attack with this, I think.
I think so.
Attack, play, Shredder, pass, probably.
Sure.
I mean, certainly the punish was us not drawing a land, but I also just still think we're fine is the thing.
Yeah.
This, by the way, is a common spot in Standard for ages, and the prevailing wisdom was usually block, because, like, they always get the treasure first, so in some sense their goblin is better.
We don't want to play Drake here, do we?
Well, if we slam Drake, our opponent can then Sui their Shaman and BTL.
Yeah.
What would they be? I mean, if we find land, slamming Drake is the nut for sure.
Yeah.
But okay, wait. If we slam Drake, so they can Suither Goblin BTL. The BTL finds
Tybalt. Probably.
Like, it could be Wrath too, but probably Tybalt.
Yeah.
Finds Tybalt. Tybalt exiles the Crackling Drake.
And then we can.
This doesn't sound that bad.
But then they can cast.
But then we can kill the Tybalt.
That's true.
And I mean, then at some point they will cast the Drake. But like, what if they just don't have exactly 4th land BTL? Or like, what if we just draw the land? It's the BTL is definitely beatable, is what we're sort of realizing. I mean, are we missing a better hit with the BTL? Like BTL for Escape the Wilds or something?
Yeah, just a value card.
Yeah. Like Scarab Geezy. God, okay, there's like a lot of things.
Wait, most people don't play Scarab Geezy. I think that's
or like, what about the 5-drop thing to play? Borborygmos and whatever.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
I mean, Drake is an 0-4 for them. That is true.
That's true.
I'm a little scared to slam Drake, I think. Maybe I'm too scared of it.
I think I want to do it.
You want to do it? Okay.
I think given that 1, we could find a land, and 2, even if they have it, it might not be that bad.
Okay, I'm in. I don't know if this is right, but...
Okay, well, we found an untapped land. We did consider Shredder Pass. That was the other line.
We certainly... Stayed in no consideration. I mean, that was the other line.
Yeah. I mean, we did, in a sense, find a land.
Well, certainly Spiral Bluff isn't out there.
Sure.
No. They don't have Karuga. This is BTL. BTL is Jagantha.
Yeah.
We know our opponent's deck list to within a 3-card approximation. Like, this is a known stock deck.
They could have weird, not counting lands, because Triomes are weird.
No, BTL does not play either of those cards.
Yeah, they do have Chain to the Rocks on the battlefield. So this is an Omnath angle? Okay, well then we were rewarded.
Unless it's a Fabled Passage angle.
Oh, right.
We're not out of the woods yet.
Yeah, I forgot.
I mean, to be fair, Omnath and the Fabled Passage is good against our hand no matter what, basically.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm pretty terrified right now. I mean, maybe we punted. I don't know. It was a tough play. Here, I can leave this open to forestall chat questions.
Nice.
And I'll close this to keep the window reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, Volkey plus Omnath, I did not think that hard about. That's a little scary. I mean, it's not that bad, because we can Fires a Victory.
And Fires Omnath, kill Volkey. Or just strangle Volkey. But I assume we just want to Fires the thing.
I mean, I think so.
Do you want the card? No, right?
No.
Because we could attack and then... But yeah, I don't want to do that.
And unfortunately, we have to Fires first, because we want to 4 cards in hand otherwise.
Right, we can't Shredder Fires.
Yeah, we can't. I think we should fire this Shredder.
Okay.
Just awkward Shredder.
Yep.
I mean, I think we are still winning. It's just that we've given our opponent kind of a shot here. But actually, we have a dominant board, and we have Spell Pierce up, and we have Treasure Cruise coming. This is still pretty good, I think.
I agree.
Because, next turn, let's say that they don't do anything significant, or they do something significant, and we Spell Pierce it.
Yeah.
Then, our line is going to be Strangle, Fable, Treasure Cruise, Trigger, Connive.
Yeah.
Which just, probably isn't going to end up with a bad situation.
Yeah.
But, I think we are going to win. I do agree with Isaac. It's not guaranteed. We could lose. Okay, so they're going to name Even. I don't really want that to happen. They'll exile our these 2 things.
I'd Pierce it.
Yeah. Especially because we're seeing, a bajillion new cards next turn. It just seems like we're pretty nice Pierce.
Yeah.
Okay, they did hit 5th land just now, which is a little scary for sure. So what I'm thinking about here is, okay, we're obviously going to Strangle their Reflection.
Yep.
We're obviously going to Treasure Cruise.
Yep.
Should we copy our Shredder for a bonus loot? Or should we copy our Goblin for a bonus mana? I think we should copy one of them.
I mean, I think I want to copy the Goblin.
Okay, I think so,
because I don't really know what we're digging for,
Well, Spell Pierce. It's
Yeah.
definitely Spell Pierce.
Yep.
But yeah.
Like, oh, right, because even if we copy the thing, we'll still have a single mana off the treasure to spell pierce. Maybe we want the other loot. That's pretty compelling.
I think the bonus loot might be right. Yeah, I sort of think it might be right. Yeah, let's copy the shredder.
Okay.
Wait, does this work? 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it works. It works.
Yep.
You would copy shredder and cast cruise first. I don't understand why you'd want to cast cruise
Wait,
first.
but then you don't get a mana up.
Well,
because treasure cruise
then
would
I would
now
have to
cost
cast the
3.
strangle. Like, wait, yeah, I really would like to strangle this. Like, I assume what you're saying is not strangling this, but
Is
I
that
would
we
like
just don't care. I mean, BTL is famously a very bad reflections deck.
Well, I comprehend that we get to loot. Yeah, well, I might get to loot post combat. Hold on. When you say I get to loot after recalling, I only get to do that if I find untapped land. Because if I don't... Oh, no, wait, I guess because Stringle's a sorcery, I guess I could also find, like, a Firing Pulse. I guess I probably do. But the thing I'm looking for is Spell Pierce, though. I'm not so sure this is right. I'm just not sure I care about looting after I recall. I want to strangle it now.
I want to strangle it now, too.
I don't agree with Isaac. I mean, who am I to disagree with Isaac? But
yeah.
Excuse me while I do exactly that.
And we want to connive off the copy first, if we can, because I think we're very likely to discard this land.
Yes, copy first. So this is the this is the original. This is the copy. So I click the original.
Yep, that goes on the stack.
Then we click the copy. Yeah. Great.
Okay. Well, totally fine.
Well, goodbye, Crackling Drake.
Bye, Drake.
Okay. Let's bash.
Nice.
I guess I can play this too.
Yeah, I guess so. So smart putting Spell Pierce there. Yep.
You know, this could be a Fading Hope Our Own Fable angle.
Interesting.
Omnath. That's scary.
Agreed.
Okay. Isaac was right. The game was over. It was simply over.
What was their hand?
I don't know, but anyway, I want to put in all this stuff for sure.
Okay.
Dispute, I think, is very good. It counters Omnath and BTL.
Yeah.
So I like all of these cards. The small removal is pretty bad. The only target is Fable.
Yeah.
Now killing Fable, I think, is good. We're liking it so far. Hard to say.
It could kill Hostage Taker, but
that's true. Well, I mean, I think we might want to leave some of this stuff.
Okay.
Like, I think these should clearly go.
Yeah.
I think Fading Hope probably should go.
Yeah.
They don't really have good targets for it. And then I think we want some impulse. I'm not Shrink Pierce. I would vote in more Pierce.
Yeah.
I think Pierce is amazing in this matchup.
And hey, Emil Daugard. Sorry if I said your name wrong. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. We really appreciate it.
Maybe the right number of Fire Impulse is 2-ish. If it's just for Fable and whatnot. Yeah. And we also can kind of use these cards.
And hey, Dingle Egg, welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow.
I also think we should likely cut this because our plan A is to obviously counter the Omnaths.
Yeah.
And this is just kind of a pretty awkward card, I think.
Yeah.
Does Stream Clean Volume make it better than Impulse? Oh. That's a reasonable
And hey, Garufita, welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow.
I do not know whether Fire Impulse is better or worse than Strangle. It seems close to me. What do you think, Greg? I think this is better. I think being instant is more important than exactly Baltic. But it is competitive. Mostly just against Fable specifically, you'd really like to cast on their turn.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this is probably our config. Also, instants are really important when we're boarding all these counters to do the Ledger Shredder thing.
Yeah.
So let's do this. And now we're just kind of boarding into all counter spells.
Yeah.
12 threats, which is pretty strong.
Greg and Andrew, right? Yeah, that's us. I'm Greg.
Yeah.
That's Andrew.
Yeah, I'm Andrew. I exist.
Did someone ask our names? Sorry if we missed that.
Well, no, I think Myth Def was just clarifying.
Okay, nice.
Keep this. No way we mulligan this hand, I think.
You're asking right now. Yeah, I'm Greg. That's Andrew. I'm the Black Lotus winner. He's the Pro Tour champ. And hey, LYT King, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for the follow.
I think I should just play Hazard on 1. Thoughts?
Yep, I like it.
Okay. And I did leave in all the spike field hazards. I mostly just think they're too much of part of the mana base to cut in our 19-lane deck, but I don't know for sure.
Loving the vibe. Thanks. This is our vibe. This is what we do.
All right. I think we should Slam Shredder.
Yeah, it's bad if they Omnath, right? But we can...
Well, even if they Omnath, they can't Omnath plus land drop.
Right.
So then we can always untap and gust the Omnath back.
And have Dispute.
And have
they
Dispute
gotta
ups.
go up a card, but whatever.
It's not perfect, but I think it's fine.
Okay, I want to play it.
Yeah. Thanks, Isaac. Yeah.
Yeah, this hand is definitely good.
Also, just like, they might not have Omnath.
Sure.
You know, like, I mean, I understand that's a stupid thing to say, but like,
right.
I don't know. It's not that bad if they have it, and if they don't have it, this is clearly the play.
But I think if they don't have it, I'm not sure I want to slam Fable next turn.
Yeah, that's reasonable. I think we might want to hold some stuff up. Okay, they are going to force it through. I think that is a good play from them. A heads-up play, for sure. Now, first of all, we should be sure to gust the Omnath on their turn.
Yes.
It's a gust on their turn angle, for sure. So, let's attack for 1 and pass.
Okay, do you want to do it in their upkeep?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, we could wait for
If they play Fabled Passage, you could wait and do it in response to the crack.
Yeah, but I don't like giving them the 4 life. I think the 4 life matters.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you're guaranteed giving them 4 life if you do that.
Yeah.
So I think we should pass and upkeep gust it. I don't really think we're going to get away from gusting it. I just don't believe that.
Okay. I guess this lets them redraw it, but that's fine.
I don't even know if they should top it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because this telegraphs our dispute pretty hard, honestly.
Yeah.
They put it on top.
Okay.
But, like, it's not that exploitable. Like, what are they going to do with the information that we have dispute? Like, I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Mission accomplished.
I guess if they... I feel like if I was our opponent and I had Fable, I would, like, slam Fable there.
Okay, I love drawing Stroke.
Same.
I think we should loot away an expensive threat.
Okay.
I think Drake.
I love looting away Drake.
Okay. Something I will say, by the way, my observation so far after playing this deck is I don't know if our Drakes have been that good.
Yeah, I've been impressed by the real MVP Ledger Shredder.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like our Ledger Shredders have been great, and our Fables have been pretty good, and our Drakes have been in our deck.
Even though this Ledger Shredder has been chained to some rocks.
I think I want to discard Opt. Grow our Ledger Shredder. Classic.
Love growing the Ledger Shredder.
And I mean, my intent is to try to arrange a scenario where we, like, Fable with counter up. Maybe that's too hard to do, but it doesn't seem that hard. Oh, yeah. Great. Now, I think I want to play Spire Bluff Pass.
Okay, I like it.
And then next turn we can Fable with counters up.
Could this deck play less Drakes and, like, 6 mana Chandra? I think that card's just too expensive.
I think your deck is not allowed to play cards that cost that much mana. I think you could play cards that cost less than Drake. You definitely can't play cards that cost more.
I think Drake is, like, already pushing it on how much mana it costs.
Yeah, Levy, I sort of want something into the 2 to 3 range is my current take. I'm sort of wondering what the alternative backup threats are.
Buy Jagannatha. Okay.
I mean, this is a reasonable play. They think we have counter magic.
Yeah.
They buy the Jagannatha, and then next turn, is TT bad? Historically, I think TT has really underperformed in these sort of decks. It's pretty narrow, I think, but...
Thing in the ice, for those who aren't aware.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what I want, but I am not so... I mean, I'm obviously basing on not that many matches, but Drake has been a little...
I think...
It doesn't feel like 4 is my number to me.
Bright Dragon being a bad top deck is late in the game is not a thing that I'm excited. There is goofy Thing in the Ice art. That's true.
Yeah, see, this is what I liked about opponents' plays. They kind of set this up, and this is kind of annoying. But on the other hand, I think maybe we should counter it because we see, like, a bajillion cards next turn.
I want to stroke it.
Like, we'll probably find another counter spell, right? Like,
And the
Come on.
5/5's kind of annoying.
Yeah. As far as Brazen Bar goes, my main opinion is I think Brazen Bar is not a very good Magic card, so therefore I don't like putting it in my decks. Sorry for an incredibly brutal take, but that's who I am.
So that's 7 in the
Oh,
bin?
it sure is.
Let's do that. Let's Ancestral Recall.
Wow. Okay. Sure is a lot of blitzes of the Thunder Raptor.
That is so many blitzes of the Thunder Raptor.
Anyway, let's attack with our Goblin.
I love attacking with our Goblin.
And I don't really think there's a reason to up main phase. I can't really imagine what would we... Oh, maybe if we drew Ledger Shredder, we'd play it?
Yeah, I think we would... Well... Would we?
Well, yeah, we'd still have just Gust Up.
Yeah, I know, but it would it be just better to wait a turn to get an extra Connive? I think it's, like, close enough that I don't want to do it.
Okay, let's pass. Yeah, I imagine that BTL is not very good against this deck, the way it's configured with just, like, 4 Spell Pierce main and then it's so many additional counterspells in the sideboard.
Granger Cat's right that they could have Dispute.
That's true. I do know that they... Well, so stock, all the BTL lists kind of stem from Lucas Hone these days. Mm-hmm. And I think Lucas plays 0, so I generally assume all my opponents have 0, but it's not an unreasonable card for sure.
Yep.
Okay, so I guess if I want to respect Spell Pierce, I should just Gust this.
Yep. What PT did Andrew win? Andrew won Pro Tour Guilds of Ravnica.
Guilds of Ravnica.
Yep. I was there. I finished with a 9-8 record, playing with many cards that are currently in our deck now.
A 9-7 record, right?
Sorry, 9-7 record.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, the guy was playing 4 Fables just illegally before they were played. He had the insider info, you know?
Uh-huh.
All right.
I want to put it in the bin.
I sort of want to draw it. I mean, we have a lot of mana.
I guess so. Okay.
I think we should just top it.
Yeah.
It's a little weird, but...
Yeah, okay, it was like my 3rd Pro Tour, and I had 8-8'd my first 2 Pro Tours, and I was kind of bummed that I couldn't break over 500, and then I 9-7'd, and I was so happy to 9-7. And then Andrew went on to win, so my accomplishment didn't matter, you know?
I'm just going to keep all of these counters, I think.
I love it.
I mean, they're all soft counters, but the thing is, by their powers combined, they can take down anything.
9-7 did not, at the time, qualify me for
this. Was many years ago. The system was very different.
Also, that's true. This was only my 2nd one. I 8-8'd, and then I 9-7'd, and then I 9-7'd. And then I came in literal last place in my 4th for sure. But that one was online during the pandemic, and I don't really count it. Because it was like my first time ever playing online Magic the Gathering.
Well, I guess Dispute is sort of the perfect answer here.
Yep. Love it. And if they dispute us back, we'll pierce that.
Yeah.
Literal last is an accomplishment. Maybe we should put that instead of Black Lotus winner. I did win the Magic Gathering Summit big tournament earlier this year, hence the Black Lotus thing.
Oh, yeah.
In our bio, but maybe we should have Pro Tour first place finisher and Pro Tour last place finisher stream together.
Well, to be fair, Greg has finished dead last in a PT.
I finished literal last.
It was very impressive.
I believe of my opponents, literally none of them won a match outside of playing me.
SPF stands for Spell Pierce Fable, which is the deck.
Yeah. It's also a measure of how strong Sunscreen is.
Yeah.
Top 8 in a Popper Challenge once. Nice, Cliff.
Personally, I can't say I've ever top 8 a Popper Challenge. Although, I have 4-0'd a Popper daily. Deep cut.
Okay. So we want to blitz this with the trigger on the stack?
We sure do. The Thunder Raptor is really blitzing here.
Yeah. Nice, Arizax. Yeah, I won the MTG Summit tournament like 6 months ago that had this Black Lotus as its first place finish. So that's my big tournament win. Is winning a Black Lotus better than winning a PT trophy? I mean, my trophy's cooler. Plus, they gave me this crown.
Look, Greg, do I need to go get the trophy?
Look at this crown!
Okay, do I need to double Spell Pierce this?
I think I want to just say okay and figure it out.
I think so too.
Okay.
It seems like our double Spell Pierce is sort of a hard counter together.
Yeah.
And we don't want to spend the hard counter on this. Yeah, I think I'm down for that.
Blitz and Cruise are a bit of a nombo, but honestly, it's been fine.
Well, they certainly are Nombo, but I think that, like, it seems like Blitz is just the right card for the job. Like, killing Shieldred, exiling Cavs, like, you know, taking down Karns, all that kind of thing. Alright, well, our hand does do nothing.
Yep.
I'm definitely going to hold that for future, like, Fable or Ledger Shredder or what have you.
Yep.
I mean, we're ahead. We could also definitely lose. We kind of need to draw another threat.
Or a cruise. That would be the best draw.
Well, the best draw would be a cruise into a threat.
Well, fair.
I'm not sure a cruise would be better than a Crackling Drake if the cruise doesn't find a threat. Fable. Well, I cannot counter that.
Correct.
So I will not. See, the thing about countering Fable is that it's not an option, so I won't do it. Okay. So, I think it's possible we should blitz this goblin. But maybe we should untap first and see what we see. We have infinite mana.
I'm worried that they're gonna draw into something good, you know?
Well, I know, but then we'll hopefully be able to spell pierce it.
Oh, I mean like an Omnath or something, like a thing we want to blitz.
Well, if it's specifically Omnath, you would be punished.
Or a one of like Elishnorn or like...
Yeah, but the goblin is going to let them paper pierces is the issue.
Oh, right.
So let's untap and see, but I think I'm going to kill it if we don't find a Fire Impulse or similar.
I mean, are we going to trade with the goblin? Isn't it just one?
Well, okay. So 1 treasure, 3, 6, 7, 8 means that if they get a treasure and play a land, they can resolve BTL.
Okay.
Like, I sort of think we just need to kill it.
Okay, kill it.
And accept that if they draw Omnath number 3 or whatever, it's bad.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think there are that many good targets. I mean, there's some, for sure. But... And I'm going to hold all of this for Fable.
Yep.
We definitely just don't need more land at this point. Or Ledger Shredder, even.
Yep. Sylvan Caryatid really doing God's work for our opponent here.
Yeah, I guess we can first see if they want to trade it is a reasonable play, you're right. If they accept the trade, I would be fine with that.
Yeah.
I mean, the BTL deck is showing pretty impressive resilience here, I think, you know, kind of fighting through an array of interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it would be unhinged for them to trade, but you never know. I should have probably given my opponent the option because it's a free roll. But it would be just an absurd choice for them to do so.
Do you think they boarded out Leyline Binding, or are they just sitting on a bunch of those?
I do not think they boarded out Leyline Binding.
Okay.
I just don't think that's a thing they do for the most part. I think typically in matchups like this, where we're boarding in a bunch of cheap counter magic, they'll try to lower their curve and cut some of the more expensive cards.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they probably have it. But anyway, let's attack.
Yep.
Like, I think it's pretty likely that we play this Fable and the Fable then gets Leyline Binding, but we still get a Goblin, so it's fine. Also, look at how much treasure we have.
We have so much treasure. It does mean that officially the Sylvan Caryatid has stopped them from dying. And hey, Illy Jilly, welcome to the stream and thanks for the follow.
Well, also consider that now that we have all this treasure, we're just missing the cruise. That's when we'd like to take the treasures on a nice cruise.
Yeah. I don't love the shock. And hey, Dadoop. Welcome to the stream and thanks for the follow. Tybalt?
I mean, if this is a BTL... Oh, it's hard castable. Well, that's just fine.
Yeah.
You ever get your Tybalt double spell pierce before, Greg?
Nope.
We could really use a Mirkwood Bats. That is very true.
Wow, Mirkwood Bats would be nice.
They would be dead.
Yeah.
Okay, and we've wisely held these cards Fable. Ooh, that might be good.
Yeah.
Discard these two.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's go 3 threats.
So let's cast Ledger Shredder.
Yep.
And then let's cast this. I mean, we might still end up keeping the Hall of Storm Giants, but we definitely should take our look.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
All right, let's play Hall.
Yep.
And then we just give our opponent the beatdowns.
Oh, I wonder if we wanted to attack with both goblins first, just so they have less information at this moment.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, that might have been
It's okay.
right. Well, no, but we might want them to kill the reflection so they don't have the option to block.
That's true. Like if we had drawn with the card into Do we even have cards in our library left?
Yeah, we left in 2 Fiery Impulse.
Oh, that's right. We did, yeah.
Because I thought we might want to kill goblins and fables and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Woo! Good job, Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Really, like, did so much good. An unreasonable amount of good. Ooh, I was contemplating going to the gym at 4:45, but now I cannot.
Well, we're playing a deck that is prone to some pretty grindy games on occasion, so,
Yeah.
you know.
The game was over. Yeah.
Yeah, Isaac announcing the game was over just 8 turns early. Name a more iconic duo.
What about any Zoomer and announcing the game is early, like 8 turns early?
Well, I wouldn't insult all Zoomers that way.
I don't know.
But yeah. Yeah, see, the thing about Fable is you shouldn't board it out and you should cast it frequently.
Yeah.
People may wish to refer to my old standard rule regarding when is it the right to cast Fable. It's a classic question.
When we start a prediction, it can be about anything. I also think I'm going to lose every turn until I win. There are 2 types of Magic the Gathering players. There are those who play scared, and there are those who have no fear. There's no in between.
Okay, so they revealed Jagantha. So it's the same, like, they could be Retail, obviously, again. They could be Rakdos Sack.
Yeah, they could be Convoke.
They could be Convoke. Yeah, those are probably the 2 most popular options, but there's a wide tail.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mulligan.
I'd keep.
I didn't come here to mull this.
No. What do you want to tuck, though, Drake?
Well, what's interesting is, what I was thinking about is, like, okay, so think about the distribution of Jagantha decks.
Yeah.
Isn't Strangle bad against almost all of them?
Interesting. Yeah.
I guess it's kind of good against Rakdos Sack, because you kill the Bloodtooth Harvester or the Mayhem Devil.
Mayhem Devil.
Okay.
And that is the most likely one.
Yeah, let's tuck Kraken Drake.
I want to tuck Drake.
Okay, I was just considering. Yeah, I think I might be a 3 Drake believer at the moment, but, you know, it's neither here nor there.
Where is it then?
You know, it's in Cleveland.
Cleveland! Nice! That's where I want it to be. We'll see it when we go there.
Actually, you're not considering... Yeah, nice chat. Alright, well, they are playing Red-Black Sack, so...
Okay.
We will be rewarded for that choice. Now, notably, our hand is not at all good against Thoughtseize.
Do you think they're going to take Opt?
I would take Opt. I mean, it depends on my hand, I guess, but I would take Opt with a significant fraction of hands.
Yeah.
Just like... People, I think, often don't like to do this thing where you just, like, take your shot of winning the game right away.
Yeah.
And just, like, be like, you better draw it. Oh, yes. The best card in our deck. Oh, I would take Opt.
I would take Opt, too.
If we don't hit, we just lose. And if we hit, like, it's not like the game is over. We just get to... We have earned the right to play Magic.
Yeah. Why take Opt? This is why you take Opt.
Because, like, using your Thoughtseize as 30% chance the game ends is pretty good.
Yeah.
Even though 30 is less than 50, like, 30 is pretty high.
I mean, it's not like the Opt is, like, fine, you know? Oh, why does it seem whack? I see.
Okay, well, we definitely need to kill this.
Agreed.
Probably right now.
Agreed.
It's a little awkward because it means we aren't setting up like a Ledger Shredder plus the Strangle or whatever, but I just think we can't get away from it.
That was me strangling a Mayhem Devil.
I mean, look.
It's like kind of spiky, so I bet it would be like, it would hurt, you know?
But the problem is that, yeah, our good cards are all kind of replaceable. Marceline, like, doesn't really matter which one we have, like, whether we have Ledger Shredder, Fable, like, whatever. Like, it's not kind of like, there's kind of no linchpin of the hand. I don't know if that's a good way to describe it. Wow, that is a show of weakness. Okay, we might be in it to win it. So I think we want to get a guaranteed loot out of the Shredder. So I think we should just pass. And I don't know which of our kill spells we should then play on the Harvester.
Yep, I agree.
Wait, we should actually main phase. Because we don't want them Deadly Dispute in response.
Oh, good point.
because we can't spell pierce that. So I think I would like to just impulse and hold up pierce.
What card out of red black sack can you pierce?
Well, I mean, I can pierce Fable if they don't play land, but I guess they just might have a land. Maybe I should just blitz. Okay, you sold me. Let's blitz.
Yeah, I want to blitz. If they have no land Fable, why didn't they play Fable last turn instead of...
Well, because they were playing red
because we had pierce up, yeah.
But I think that, like, the thing is, like, them making that play, like, it would make a lot of sense for them to have land and Fable.
Yeah.
In which case, the pierce is not going to get it anyway, in which case we should just play the blitz. So...
Wow. We've been so punished.
Well, no, I mean, I think they had the land, they just are holding it now to win the Fable.
Oh, good point.
I stand by our play.
Yep.
I understand that it might not work out, but I stand by the play. I mean, I guess I should main phase Fiery Impulse the Goblin.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, just like leaving Red Black Sack specifically with goblins is so dangerous because those treasures are all going to turn into relevant game objects at some point.
Yeah.
And just like, I don't know, our hand is all spells, like we kind of need lands. The problem is we're approaching a very dangerous game state, which is that, okay, in general when you're mana screwed in Magic, you can get out of it because after you escape your mana screw, you'll have as many cards in them. If you ever reach a state where you're still mana screwed and your opponent has as many cards as you have, you're pretty much dead.
Yeah.
And that is pretty much where we're at. I don't think it's clear that our opponent's even going to play Jagantha. I think it's not unlikely that Jagantha ends up getting discarded. So I wouldn't worry too much about having a kill spell for it. Superfly.
Well, I have interesting news for you.
Well, I mean, that'll teach me, I guess. I'm about ready to take a game action.
I think you should take that game action.
All right.
Plus, they could copy Jagantha with their Fable, and that would be 10 damage.
Okay, so I'm not 100% sure how to sideboard in this matchup. I certainly like the Maze Mind Tomes, and I certainly like the Abrades to kind of break up their synergies and kill Mayhem Devil.
Yeah.
Those all seem good to me.
I assume, is Brotherhood End good? I mean, it can kill artifacts, right?
Yeah, it seems a little difficult to arrange, but like maybe like the flexibility is enough.
We got him! We got Granger Cat. Oh, we got 2 of them. Nice.
Yeah. Chad, you've been gotten. I suspect Spell Pierce is not great in this matchup, although it does counter Fable. I guess, wait, Fading Hope is clearly worse, so Fading Hope should go. I don't know how good the Blitzless Thunder Raptor type stuff is. I
mean, I like being able to kill Devil.
But
I guess Impulse kills.
Everything kills
Everything
Devil.
kills. Strangle kills. Okay.
So, like, it seems to me that, maybe we just don't need most of this stuff. Or maybe Fire's Victory can stay because it's a late game 2-for-1, but, all of this stuff should go.
Yeah.
Spell Pierce is very good against Fable. I guess also pretty good against, just Oven on 1.
Wait, I want to take out some Pierces.
Maybe, how about a Mathematically Perfect 3 Spell Pierce? How do you feel about just, this straight-up config?
Okay, that makes some sense. We don't want Gust, do we?
I'm not sure, but it doesn't sound that great to me. Mostly I just don't like putting the cards on top. The game's going to go a million turns, they'll get a chance to redraw them.
Yeah.
Is kind of my opinion. No, I think the card I'm most interested in is the Brotherhood's End. Maybe the ends are just good. Am I too low on the ends?
I think end seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah. Well, okay. What you want to cut another Spell Pierce and something?
What if we cut Fire's Victory and Spell Pierce?
That's pretty reasonable.
2 Pierces.
I mean, just this means we literally can't kill a Jagantha, for example.
Ooh, that is.
I want to leave the 1 Fire Victory.
Okay. What about how good is Maze Mind Tome? I guess it's pretty good.
Good.
Okay.
It's not ludicrous for Sack. It's okay against Sack, to answer your question. Okay, I propose this.
Sure.
It's kind of an unhinged thing to do, and it might be wrong, but I don't know what to cut, so I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
If I had played the deck more, I would likely not be in this situation, because I would have constructed my sideboard mapping more thoughtfully.
Yeah.
But here I am.
Hey, Tape 89, welcome to the stream and thanks for the follow. Can we run back the process for cutting Blitz? I think the idea is it costs 2, and the most important card to kill is Mayhem Devil, and everything kills Mayhem Devil.
Basically, the vast majority of their cards die to any of your kill spells, so you don't want to play twice as much for a kill spell that just kills all the same stuff. The X-Line mostly doesn't matter. You're never getting a cat. Don't live in that fantasy land. It's not happening.
Yeah.
And, it just kind of, it's just going to do the same thing to other spells for 1 minute, and sometimes it's not even going to do that. Sometimes it's only going to be for 2 or whatever, and you're going to be incredibly sad. I think it's basically just worse Fire Impulse for twice as much mana.
Yep.
I mean, that's what it boils down to. The complication is mostly how many bigger things they have, but it'll be fine. That most people have very few is what I would say. Our opponent showed us the 1-min deck Croxa. 1-min deck Croxa is kind of stock these days.
Yeah.
It's also mine, by the way. That's something that I started doing.
Nice.
But anyway,
ours. Thank you very much.
I don't know if you get credit on this one.
Have you considered that I get credit by streaming with me? I get to just take credit for all your innovations.
I see.
Whereas you get to take credit for all my fun, positive energy and vibes.
I don't know who's getting the better end of this deal, to be honest.
Are you kidding? I love my fun, positive energy and vibes. I'd way rather have that than magic skill.
We did literally play the Arching deck 2 days ago, so the answer to your question is yes. I'm not that into it right now. I think it's okay, but I would say it's not my favorite. I would like to top this, I think.
Okay.
It's a classic consider and to consider angle. Well, because now we know what we want, is the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little worried that Archfiend just has to... My sort of concern is I'm just a bit worried Archfiend has to work kind of too hard for its wins, and I'm not sure Smash Pit is that compelling. But,
We've both won half a Lotus and half a PT on average, yes.
It's a classic on average angle.
How have the matches been? The decks felt pretty good.
Yeah, I think this deck is good. Let's consider in response to this.
Yep.
Because if we find Spike Field Hazard, I'm going to Spike Field it.
Nice.
Okay, well, I'm going to top that. That seems reasonable.
Agreed.
And I think just discard the Impulse. We have the Brotherhood's End back if they do something. Or maybe the reverse of that makes more sense.
I wanted to do the reverse.
Okay, I agree. The reverse of that seems reasonable.
Okay.
Well, I don't know, Levy. Fables looked amazing in this deck, but I don't know about this card still. But
Red side.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if it's better than Phoenix. To be frank, I think that it is, but I'm not that confident. I mean, I guess Spell Pierce has been pretty amazing. Maybe the Spell Pierce is just too good.
What if you were being someone other than Frank? Maybe like Connor.
I don't think Connor likes either deck very much.
Okay.
Ooh, Stonekirk Ghost. Okay. How's the deck versus green? I think pretty decent. I think in the range of even to favored. I don't know exactly when that range. I am about to destroy my opponent with Drakes after hitting on Drake, so there is that,
Yeah, I do like that part of it.
Maybe Drake is not that great, but it's just a concession to red-black, and that's okay. That's pretty reasonable.
Yeah. It can't get claimed, right? But they might play a weird card on the sideboard that takes... But I guess even if they take it, it's not very good. It becomes an 0-4.
Yeah, they take it, it's fine.
Okay.
How sick would it be that Fire Impulse was a blitz? About the same?
Hey, Frost002! Welcome to the stream, and thank you so much for the follow.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played the deck enough to have a strong opinion on exactly how the green matchup is. My opinion was most Arclight Phoenix players thought they were favored against green before. In my experience, it was pretty close. I think this deck, I suspect, is also pretty close, although Blitz of Thunder Raptor looked pretty fucking good.
As did Spell Pierce.
Yeah, so maybe this deck is a small favorite. I think it's pretty unlikely that it's more than slightly favored, but it might be a 55% favorite, which, you take those.
LOL.
I mean, I assume we should slam Crackling Drake.
I love slamming Crackling Drake, and I want to play the island.
Yeah, definitely. We just have so much to do with our mana here.
Yeah.
I just think that I'd rather have a Drake in play and a card in hand than 3 cards in hand is the thing.
Yeah.
The thing is, a Drake in play is worth 2 in the bush.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what's happening in this game is great.
Agreed.
We're in for the long grinds here. This Kroxa could be a problem, but I think we'll be able to overcome it.
Yep.
That's somewhat true. The difference between Drake and Shieldred is that sometimes Drake is just not good on the board.
Yeah.
Where Shieldred always is. But yeah. Yeah, I think that, to be clear, Levy, I think the claim that Pierce is... You can just play Pierce and Phoenix is basically complete nonsense. Phoenix cannot play very many Pierce. Like, they can play, like, 2 max, because, like, I don't know. They need to get back Dark Light Phoenixes. They need to be able to cast their spells proactively. I think that's completely fictional. I think that the Time Walk thing is pretty relevant against Green, and that's what you lose relative to Phoenix. I'm not sure if it's more relevant than everything you gain. I suspect overall this deck is better against Green than Phoenix. But yeah.
Okay, they are dead to us casting any spell.
That is any spell.
I love casting any spell.
Shall we cast it?
Yeah. I like how they Thoughtseized us a bunch and we just drew the card off the top that we played like 3 turns in a row.
That is kind of what happened. Oh, yeah. I'm not saying losing Time Walk is overall bad. I'm pointing as far as specifically the green matchup goes. It's not all games. That's the claim I'm defending.
Yeah.
I'm wondering at this point if our opponent has multiple Croxas.
Oh.
Because if they have multiple Croxas, that is a reason to have some Blitz with Thunder Raptors.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what to cut.
What if we cut Brotherhood's End?
What, the card we just boarded in? You want to?
Yeah, it didn't look very good.
Well,
I guess on the draw it's probably better, but
it has to be better on the draw. But I'm not sure it's a lot better.
Plus, they saw it because we discarded it.
Yeah, the genius boarded the Brotherhood's End for game 2 and then board them back out for game 3. That'll teach him. Do you Spikefield Croxa? I think often you do, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty contextual, but I think that's not uncommon. Yeah, okay, I'm down for this.
Okay.
Well, so to talk some more about the dynamic of Sack versus decks like this in general, yeah, I still have this onto my sideboard, I don't know why. But to talk about the dynamic of this deck against Sack in general, you are pretty good at outcarding Sack.
Yeah.
So to beat you, Sack's going to try to do 2 things. The first thing they're going to try to do is kind of get, like, more mileage out of their cards by, like, assembling an engine that lets them, like one Mayhem Devil is going to be many cards worth of value because they're going to play it and immediately get kill spells off it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
The second thing they're going to try to do is just burn you out. So, like, they're going to run up cards, you're going to have 4 cards in hand, but your life total will hit 0.
Yeah.
So that's how Sack tries to win this matchup. Generally, by the way, I think Sack is not favoring these matchups, but it's very close. It's like a 45% matchup for Sack. So... Okay, could we do this? Sure. This is a Sneep.
Yep.
I have no idea whether we should play this or not, but yeah, we can figure that out. Oh! I mean, I'm
you
down.
You said it was a myth!
I think it mostly is a myth, but I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's our 3rd land here, it's still a little awkward,
yeah,
but
it'll be fine.
I think we should still do it.
I think we should do it.
It seems like the upside's just really big. You ever been a cat and you just, like, were so curious you walked into some spikes?
No.
A classic... it's a pretty hazardous situation for cats.
Yeah.
I mean, here I'm pretty down to slam Maze Mind Tome, I think.
Oh.
Because I would like to... That guarantees the connive off this, and then, like, you just start... Like, they man up, they're going to kill it.
Yeah.
This, like, wastes their turn, most likely. Like, Sack usually has 0 abrades. So, like, they probably can't kill our tomb. Actually, I shouldn't F6. We could want to scry one, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't think I really want that right now because I don't really know what we want. But yeah, like I guess maybe I'd bottom a land, but I don't know if I want to conserve it.
Yeah. Like we have a billion loots, right? Like
yes. Okay, so now that we're getting value, I'm down to play this and kill this.
Yep. I kind of want to tuck fires.
Oh.
It's not looking... I mean, I guess it still kills Devil for one more turn. Maybe it's worth... But, like...
No, you're right. I'm in. Let's discard it. The cantrip seems better.
Like, with Ledger Shredder... I mean, I guess we have Maze Mind Tome to use our mana to draw cards, but...
No. I think that makes sense.
I think Maze Mind Tome is a bit of a later situation. So, I forgot we call it Mazer Mind Tome. Well, that's a little scary.
Yeah. I generally call it Mazer Mind Tome after the classic Ender's Game character, but you know. So.
After the classic Who character?
Ender's Game.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
There is a Croaks in their yard, so I want to preserve the Blitz Thunderraptor to take that down, I think.
Yeah, agreed.
I don't think I want to scry again, because I still don't know what I want.
Yeah, drop.
Okay, let's consider, shall we? Or opt?
Yep.
I guess. Consider, probably.
Yeah, consider.
Because we might move away the other one.
Yeah.
So we should just play the better one. And at this point, I would like a land, I think.
I think so. Do they have push, we think? Probably.
It's weird that they didn't push main phase if they have push, because they're just giving us a free loot. Well, that's a great draw.
Slam it.
Okay, let's impulse and loot.
Yep.
The answer is that if you can't crew Bankbuster, you'd rather have the 4 life, the option to scry, and the 4th card.
Yep.
That's the short answer to your question. It's not that complicated. Maybe I should have scryed in response to this. I probably shouldn't have.
Nah, I don't want to land that bad.
Yeah, I don't want it that bad either. I don't really want to loot away the splits because I like see this here.
I mean, it's pretty far away, given that they only discarded 1 card off their Fable last turn.
Well, but that doesn't mean they're not going to discard a bunch of cards in the Fable this
That's
turn.
true. Maybe they're just, like, delaying the decision.
Yeah. I think we should discard Spell Pierce.
Agreed. I think it's too late.
And then I think I'm down to...
Do you want to attack and see... I mean, I doubt they'll Fatal Push now, but if they do, then we
that's
get to
reasonable.
cruise.
That's a good idea.
So the reason to not opt is it maybe denies us a loot, but I want to hit our land drops. We have Maze Mind Tome in play.
I think we should opt.
Yeah. And we could not... I don't want to scry.
Bottom. I think the scry is too aggressive, but the opt is
Yeah.
right. This turn I might scry. We've kind of reached the point.
Yeah, okay.
But like, it's...
Although we do have Ancestral Recall coming. Although maybe that's a reason to scry. Actually, that feels like a reason to not scry. If they Thoughtseize the cruise, we'll definitely do it.
Yeah. Thoughts on BTL, Bankbuster versus Tome in BTL? Actually, that's a good question. I've never thought about it that much. It might be better to have Tome, although it seems close to me. The complication there is that, like, BTL is often doing this thing where it's, like, transforming into this weird control deck.
Yeah.
Where, like, you have Bankbusters and counter spells, and you try to hold, like, counter spells and draw. And then at the end of your Bankbusters there, having to be 4/4s, because it's, like, going to be your only threat seems kind of relevant. But, I don't know. It's possible that's Copium and you should just play Tome. It seems close to me. I've honestly never really thought about it before.
Yeah.
I'm very unsure that Bankbuster's better. Well, if I'm scrying, the answer is Myth Death, because if we hit a land, I'm not going to scry at all.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm being too conservative with the scries. Maze Mind Tome is a weird card.
Wow, we got punished for that Spell Pierce mill, huh?
I mean, I guess. I don't know. Like, I think I'd do it again.
I would do. I'm not saying it was wrong. I'm saying we were punished. Like, they had to have exactly third Fable and not an untapped land, which is just like... And they might even have the untapped land.
Yeah.
Also, they did put Cling to Dust in their bin. I don't know how relevant that is, but...
It doesn't seem that relevant to me, but it's good to be aware of, I guess. The awkward situation we're going to be in is we're going to be in the Blitz plus Cruise situation.
Oh.
But I think we're just going to figure it out.
I think we're going to figure it out.
Look, Mythdev, it definitely might have been right to scry pre-opt. I think it's close for sure. I mean, I'm like 53% confident again that our plan is right. I'm not very confident. Okay.
Ooh.
Well, let's loot. Pretty good. I've been pretty impressed, honestly, by this deck. This game is very weird. I like that our legislature is just like chilling in play, but I'm worried that when it leaves the battlefield, we'll be losing immediately.
Yeah, I mean, I like that also our Maze Mind Tome is just chilling in play.
That's true. I don't know why our opponents thinking so hard. Did not realize that we were going to connive or something. Like, they have priority. We did win game 1, yes.
We lost game 1 and won game 2.
Oh, wait, you're right.
We got
sorry.
horribly mana.
The game we hideously... Yes.
Yeah.
I wiped that game from my memory. It was so quick.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know why our opponent's taking so long here. I expect they got off to get a drink or something. Like, I don't know. It's got to be, like, real-life stuff.
They're probably talking with their Twitch chat.
Ah, yeah. Classic playing a Twitch chat.
And they don't have a nonsense Greg to do that while they're busy playing Moto.
Shh. Classic lack of nonsense, Greg. I like Blue Lotus a lot, to be honest.
How did it go?
Yeah. So to give traditions of this, this weekend Greg and I are playing to stream the Pioneer Challenge Sunday night.
Pioneer Challenge Sunday night. Tune in.
Yeah, and Sunday night I am pretty seriously thinking about playing Blue White Lotus in it. I wouldn't say I'm locked, but I'm definitely considering it.
Yep.
So, yeah. Wait, there's no Pioneer Challenge Sunday night? There used to be. What happened? Uh-oh.
Oh no! Oh, they're pulling up our stream. Nice! That's awesome! So happy to hear that, Static Grift. Congratulations.
Okay, I think we should loot away Opt.
Okay. It's Saturday night and Sunday morning?
Okay, wait, that's awkward. We'll get back to you.
Yeah.
That does not align with my plans, but, you know.
Why is it called Zoomer Drakes? Because a lot of the people who like to play it are Zoomers.
It was made by two Zoomers. That's it. That's why. It was made by Izzet Phoenix and Levy, both frequent stream viewers and friends of the stream.
It's 8 a.m. on Sunday and 4 p.m. standard challenge.
Oh, we'll figure this
Pioneers,
out.
okay, yeah.
We didn't not know what's going on. We'll figure it out. Mm-mm. Mm. What are they gonna take? Come on, let's learn what.
I mean, they're gonna take Treasure Cruise.
I mean, presumably, but you know. Yeah, I don't really understand what's going on with that. Let's try one.
Wait, oh yeah.
That seems fine to me.
Yeah. Do we want to kill both their things? I guess we don't because we're scared of Kroxa.
I think I just want to kill Reflection.
Okay.
I'm also somewhat scared. At this point, we can start drawing cards too. In fact, let's draw a card.
Wait, do you want to not? Because you... Oh, I guess there's no rush on Blitz.
Oh, you may want... Oh, no, wait. We also, protect from Thoughtseize by drawing at their end step.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I think you're right.
Okay.
Although, if we draw one drop removal spell, we can... Or, Cantrip, we can double spell this turn and Connive.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm pretty down for that, honestly.
Except, Connive's not very good. We're low on cards, right? It's just like a loot.
That's true. Okay. Stormguard Coast, kill this, go. Or attack, go.
Yeah.
What is the time zone meant you to update? It is your time zone.
Whoa.
That is the answer to your question.
And hey, Z Boshi, welcome to the stream and thanks for the follow.
Yeah, it is a piece of software developed with great care by an individual who I believe is known for his incredibly reasonable and nuanced takes.
I see.
So, you know. And for his very balanced range.
I see.
How does this list do against humans, though? Okay. Historically, Phoenix decks, I think, have had a pretty close matchup against humans. Usually, I thought the Phoenix decks were a little favored. I imagine the same is true here, that this deck is a small favorite.
Hey, Q-Palms, welcome to the stream and thanks for the follow! And hey, Tanuki JJ, welcome to the stream and thanks for the follow.
Yeah, blitzing response to Croak's trigger is definitely relevant. It's pretty likely they go for the Croaksa here, I think. What I sort of just don't like about this game is it feels like we're slowly losing to this parade of fables.
Yeah.
And I don't really know what we're going to do about that.
Yeah.
But probably we just need to find the the cruise card,
Yeah.
as it were.
Tanuki is a raccoon. I'm aware of that from Mario. Oh god, are they gonna deadly dispute in response to our blitz?
I mean, if that happens, good beats, but we can't avoid this play.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay, now here's the real question: should we scry?
I think I don't want to.
It's just that drawing land is heinous, but I guess maybe we can loot it away.
I guess it's pretty hard to loot. Okay, maybe we should scry.
I think we should scry.
Yeah, okay. Nice. Nice!
Alright.
That was the best. Well, I guess it would have been okay. We would have just drawn a card and drawn a cruise, but...
Everything in our graveyard is a spell, so it doesn't matter what we exile. I'll just do some random stuff. Any cruises? Any cruises? Okay. Well, I mean, look. If they untap with Reflection, it's still, I think, hideously bad for us.
So you want to just abrade it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I mean, God. It's just that, like, if they have Mayhem Devil, it's going to be like Mayhem Devil, copy it, attack, make 2 treasures. Like, we're, like, going to, like, die.
Oh, good point.
It's, like, hideously bad. But I mean, if we kill this, we're expending our answer to the Mayhem Devil. Like, it's sort of unclear. No, I think we should do it. I think we should do it.
Okay. And hey, Hoodie Weather, welcome to the stream and thanks for the follow. I'll discard the hazard.
Yeah, I think so too.
And then play the land untapped.
Yeah. I mean, how we win this game, though, is pretty clear at this point. I mean, our opponent is dying. Like,
Yep.
we are treading water, but they're at 7. Let's play them tapped.
Yep.
And also, weirdly, our Mazemind Tome is about to gain us life.
That's true!
Like, if we don't die this turn, like, the 4 life is going to make it pretty hard to kill us.
Yeah.
Look, a nice paper only play for you. We'll simply finish them off with the hazard, the Thunder Raptor Blitz to the face.
Nice. Does Racksack usually play
Ruins? Yes.
Ruins? Yeah.
This is stock. It is in Logan Nils is the first one to start doing it, as far as I'm aware. But since Logan Nils is doing it, it's become pretty common and normal.
Yep.
Draw a card. Okay. So, what do I do now?
I do feel like starting with Consider is probably right.
Yeah, I think so too. I would like to like kill some of their Reflection as always.
Yeah.
So
we then might want to opt, even though Fable is nice.
we might, but we could
We
also.
also could consider not attacking with Ledger Shredder on the idea that like it might be lethal next turn anyway.
Yeah, but I think having them at 2 versus not having 2 is a pretty big
Having them
difference.
at 1. I don't want that.
I mean, it does something, but I think we don't want it.
No. Oh, and hey, wait, sorry, there were multiple follows. Let me thank you both. Hey, Cold X Swim, welcome to the stream and thanks for the follow. And Doomrex, welcome to the stream and thanks for the follow.
I think I want to play Fable here.
Interesting. Wait, why not opt first? Oh, because of the loot.
Well,
Like, opt gives us so many looks at a removal spell. Because we get the loot.
that's true. And
We get the loot and the scry, and, like, we can also...
So your plan is to not play Fable this turn.
Well, I don't know. I want to see how opt goes. I think
Okay.
it's possible we could end up playing Fable also. But I
Yeah.
guess I don't see why not play the opt first.
Because
I'm
if
happy
we
to...
Fable and draw a removal spell, we'll then play the removal spell off our 1 land.
Well, oh, I see.
The answer is because if you opted to removal spell, we're not playing Fable.
Okay.
There's a pretty good reason. We also could scry gain 4 Fable. It's pretty reasonable.
That's not insane.
Yeah. I kind of like that.
But if we scry to the bottom, would you then opt? I just want to think out the whole thing.
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm not sure. But, yeah, I think I now want to scry.
Okay. Nope. That one.
So this particular game, our main line tome did scry a lot, which I guess is an endorsement of the card. Oh, well, I want to top that.
Yep.
And now, I guess now I want to opt.
Oh, right, because we have tried.
I just want to cast Cruise.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. And I think discard Tome? Yeah. Scry 1 4 times, gain 4 up solvers. I mean, sort of. It sort of makes me question like what I'm doing with my life that I end up kind of doing this, but it might be right. Yeah, I think discarding Tome is right.
I like that.
Mm-mm.
So do you want to attack first before treasure cruising?
With what intent?
Never mind. It's nonsense.
Do I want this? I guess I don't think so.
I don't think so. I just wanted more looks for kill spells.
Yeah, I want to find a kill spell more than anything else. Okay, let's cruise.
Yep.
So discard exile again. As always, just find all the things that aren't spells. After that, doesn't matter. A
lot of cards are moving zones.
Okay, great. Let's attack for 6.
Okay.
By the way, incidental note, we now have both our spike fields are gone. I was like, spike field is a lethal burn spell.
Ooh, that's true.
But they're all gone, so it's irrelevant. Okay, so
do we want to wait on a braid? Is I guess the question.
Yes. So okay, if we kill the reflection now and they play Mayhem Devil, they can attack us, which is down to 10, and they can sack 4 things. We're like nowhere near dead.
Yeah. Probably 5 things because they can sack a food too.
5
and,
things.
With a dispute, it starts adding up.
Well, that's true, but if they play Mayhem Devil and we try to braid, they'll just copy it in response.
Right. They would have to.
So it's never worse to kill this.
Okay, I want to kill it.
Yeah.
I mean, they could go. They could be in desperation mode and they could go for it.
Yeah, I know, but I still think this is right. It was definitely better than Bankbuster this game. I think that's beyond question.
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely Claim is a pretty scary card here because it whacks us for 6.
Yeah.
But, so be it. I also think... So I was thinking about this. I wonder if our opponent boarded out their Claims. I don't think they should do that, but based on how the game's been going, I wonder if that's
just hit Ledger Shredder.
Well,
or maybe
no. It crucially hits Fable tokens and flipped Fables.
Right, okay.
So when I play Sack, I actually have a rule that anyone who has Fable, I never board out Claims.
Okay.
Regardless if they have no other targets. And if they have just Fable, I shave to 2 Claims.
Okay.
If they have Fable plus stuff, I leave all 3 Claims.
Okay.
What do you want to discard here? Just land?
Yeah.
Okay. Certainly I don't care about the 7th power. That's irrelevant.
Yeah.
Claim Devil kills us? Yeah, okay. I mean, look. I that seems fine to me.
Woo!
All right. Well, that was a pretty impressive showing.
Impressive showing.
I gotta say. Yeah. I mean, we went 4-1, and we also might have punted the loss. And
that was game 1, so match 1, so that that put us into an easier bracket. But
yeah, sure. But that I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah, me neither.
My thoughts on this deck are yeah. So first of all,
Minamoto chest was just redeemed.
I'll get to that.
Okay,
I
cool.
want to get some feedback on the deck before we move to that. So yeah, first of all, yeah, I am not sure I want either of these 2 cards in my deck.
Specifically the 4th Drake.
The 4th Drake and the first Fires.
You're not saying you want to cut all the Crackling Drakes.
Correct. I think these 2 cards could both be other things of various sorts. I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking for.
Some people were advocating the second Fading Hope, which I could imagine.
I can imagine that. Yeah, I would need to consider the format as a whole, but both of these slots feel kind of like slush slots to me.
Yeah.
They're kind of weak. As far as the sideboard goes, I love this stuff. I sort of wonder if you just want even more Lotus Hate, just because I think Lotus is like the most problematic by a lot.
That
like
makes
I wonder
sense.
about like the third Alpine Moon getting in there.
Yeah.
Just because like I don't know, like these are fine, but are they really needed? Like I'm not exactly sure they are.
I assume they're good against like White and Convoke, right?
Sure, but
That's
I feel somewhat similarly about the Abrades. I'm also just not sure you need slightly different removal. It just seems like it's kind of a small upgrade in a lot of matchups.
We don't like Damping Sphere because you're casting a lot of spells, and it kind of hurts you too because of its other line of text.
So, yeah. I think that the thing where your spells cost more is untenable. This deck needs to cast a lot of spells in a turn pretty frequently. But yeah, so I would say both of these seem weak to me, and I would say these 4 slots on the sideboard seem pretty unfigured out.
I would not suggest... Pieces is only good because of the Phoenix thing.
Pieces is unplayable. Do not play Pieces.
In fact, one of the best things about this deck compared to Phoenix is you don't have to play Pieces, which kind of sucks.
Well, Levy, you say that effect removal is for Red, Black, Mid, and Sack, but my kind of opinion is... I just played against Sack, and I am unsold that Abrade is even much of an upgrade for my main deck cards in the matchup I just played.
Yeah.
Like, I get that you can kill Oven, I get that you might do that sometimes, whatever, that seems unimportant and not that impressive.
Yeah, Maximize Velocity or Kazul, I think are just too weak of, like...
Those are bad Magic cards.
Like,
I would prefer to avoid playing bad Magic cards.
Like, your game plan is not to cheese them out with Drakes. Like,
it's
go back and
value.
watch this, like, we killed someone with Drakes, like, once, right? Mostly we were killing people with Fable Ledger Shuddering and value.
But yeah, those are my thoughts on the deck. I think there's some room for improvement for sure. I think one of these slots, I think maybe should be the 20th land. That I'm pretty open to.
Interesting.
Like
yeah.
I think one of these slots could be the 20th land pretty easily.
And maybe another tap land because of the Ledger Shudder thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe Iconoclast. I found Young PZ effects to be kind of weak in general these days. I just sort of think that time has passed them by, but I could see trying it. Just like 1 or 2. Maybe 1 or 2 Thing in the Ice could be good. I'm not exactly sure. I think the cards historically have been kind of a scam, but. Again, I do kind of want a cheap threat, so like, look,
yeah.
I mean, I guess those are the cheap threats I'm looking at.
No, that's a good point.
I'll land in some sort of cheap threat in these 2 slots, and then yeah, I think these cards are kind of slush. I don't really know that you need to kill their Cat Oven or kill their Bank Busters. Like, I kind of think you can just play through them. I'm not sure that's needed.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my feedback. Honestly, really impressed by this deck. I think it's one of the better decks to choose right now. Would be my front runner for one of my front runners for any upcoming Pioneer tournaments, and should be a serious consideration whether you're playing it or just playing against it. Yeah, those are pretty much my thoughts.
Yeah, if you're new here, one more time, we're Systematic. My name's Greg, this is Andrew. We stream at the channel pretty much every weekday, sometimes late at night, sometimes midday, like what you're seeing right now. We alternate between playing Constructed and Limited. Our Constructed streams are like all Pioneer right now because it's Pioneer RCQ season, and we switch around, we play a lot of different decks. We still don't even know what we're going to be playing next week, so stay tuned for that. It sounds like we won't be doing a challenge this weekend because we were wrong about the timing.
Yeah, so we'll get back to you.
We'll get back to you. Keep an eye on Twitter for that. Yeah, we'll see. We are attempting to become Twitch partners, which we're actually very, very close to. The main thing we need is 55 more followers. So if you're here and not following us on Twitch, please consider following us on Twitch now more than ever. It really, really helps us out. And hey, Bullwinkle, thanks for the follow and welcome to the stream. Also, hey, Lewel Moore, welcome to the stream and thanks for the follow. Which I think I saw pop up on my other screen before it popped up over here. There it is. I beat it. But yeah, I don't know. Do I have anything more to say? Wait, hold on. We should go here because they rated us yesterday if they're still going. Oh, wait, it looks like they might. Let me see if they're finishing up.
I think that kind of looks like they are, but I don't.
Well, they might be set reviewing.
Draft cube. So.
Okay.
Wait, I think they're about to do another draft.
Okay, that's fine. We can rate them.
Oh wait, I don't know. Everyone's leaving.
Okay, yeah. Let's rate someone else.
Okay, let's rate someone else. Okay. No. I think. Well, okay. Is there?
Yeah, just send them off somewhere. It's fine.
Okay, let's just send them there. We'll make it work. Also, thank you so much for the follows, everyone. Aeroprone Robot and Jinja Ninja and True McDougal. Thank you so much for the follows. We really, really, really appreciate it. If you're watching this on YouTube, also be sure to give us a like and subscribe to our channel. Yeah, we're just gonna go send you to Cord, and if Cord's finishing up, that'll be fine. But we like Cord a lot, and he rated us yesterday, which is really, really nice. So yeah, if you're watching on Twitch, go join that raid and say hello to Corticalls for us. And if you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. And either way, we'll see you back on Monday for some more Pioneer content. And it's unknown what we'll play. But thanks for tuning in, and System Magic out!